Oh, yeah. I popped on screen there before because my producing skills just aren't up to par after 20 years. What can I say? I make mistakes. Ladies and gentlemen, I could actually play the real version of this song. Technically. Still play the YouTube and copyright strike free version, if you will. Handmade by a man named Hancro. This is social media moniker. Hancro. Hancro. It's Thursday night. It's 9:11 p.m. Eastern Time. A good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to everybody all over the world. Thank you for joining us here. My name is Dan Smerglio. This is POLITI-SHOCK. And we're coming to you live at VOPUSARadio.com, VOPUSARadio.com. And as you see right there, we're also available on Roku TV, Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search VOP USA and download the channel for free. And you can watch us on your favorite streaming device if you so desire. And remember, you could download the apps on Apple and Android. Just search VOP USA and you will find us. You could watch us 24/7. Watch past shows, new shows, website, app, network, exclusive content, and everything in between. So there you go. And obviously, this show comes to you live every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, as we work our way towards July 3rd, 2026, a day before America turns 250, POLITI-SHOCK and Voice of the People as a whole turns 20 officially. So, hi, everybody. 20 years to remember. Buy us a coffee if you'd be so kind and show your support. A huge shout out to the friend of the network, a friend of VOP, and somebody that I love and respect, Joe from the MAGA Lions. We love you, sir. You were our first supporter on Buy Me a Coffee. And a shout out to my dad, who was the second supporter to subscribe on Buy Me a Coffee. And it's because of my father that I even know what Buy Me a Coffee is. So I don't even like coffee, but I'll like this coffee. So remember, you can support real independent media that is not of the grifted class. And, you could do something and actually help us help you and provide more content, because we have a ton of original content, original series, whole bunch of specials, events, and everything coming your way. It's going to be fun. We pay for everything out of pocket, as you all know. Now, tonight's a little bit different because obviously on Sunday nights, we had a hell of a turnout on Sunday night this past week, especially on the socials. Rumble was like 12,000, 13,000 people watch live, apparently. So, hey, thanks. Appreciate that. And that's the Rage of Aquarius show with Mr. Josh Bernstein, which you could, again, catch live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. But tonight, we are starting a new trend. Because tonight, you see right there, it says Hour of Rage. That's right. That's right. You all know that beautiful woman right there, HOLLIS Mahady. She'll be here for Aftershock later on tonight, as always. Enjoying the late night conversations with all of you as we talk about anything and everything. But now, starting around, it could be a few minutes earlier. It could be a few minutes later. Josh Bernstein is going to be joining us weekly, and we're going to do the Hour of Rage. So it's going to be a little intense because it's on the POLITI-SHOCK block, so expect that. But we're doing this because we are actually going to cut that hour out and then air that live. Well, record to live and air it on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So technically, Rage of Aquarius is kind of splitting it up and adding more content. And we've had some talks about potentially doing more with Rage of Aquarius. And don't worry, I know people want more POLITI-SHOCK. So we're going to see what happens there. We're going to see whether it's the Dan Sbriglio show or it's the POLITI-SHOCK more nights a week, or maybe it's a network. It's already a network exclusive. Let's freaking face it. But who knows? But we're going to do another Rage of Aquarius segment in this show. So that'll be an hour of content. And then if you miss it, you can catch it live on Friday nights. We won't be live, but it will. So there you have it. So a little bit of lineup change there, if you will. So let me look in the chat room. So many people. It's just you, Jim. Anyway. So, there's a lot to talk about this week, and I know Josh is going to go into it. And I was supposed to join him on Full Throttle tonight, but unfortunately, I was not able to join once again because as I walked in the door, it was already after 8 p.m. And then the computer decided to update and do all its fancy stuff because we were out all day. Because HOLLIS, my wife, had a very big day today and actually did her first official photo shoot and beginning day one, essentially, in preparation for the release of her album, which is completed and I'm going to do an EP soon. And she'll talk more about that, but couldn't be more proud of her. Couldn't be more proud of all that she's done, been through, and continues to do. So we'll talk about that later, but it was a very long day, but really cool to see her back in her element doing what she's so great at, but genuinely loves to do, and better than ever. So we'll talk about that later on. So unfortunately, I missed Full Throttle with Josh. He hosts that every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. his time, for his supporters on Substack and his supporters elsewhere. So you should check that out. Links will be in the show descriptions. And there you have it. So remember, you can follow us on social if you so desire. That's at VOP USA Radio on X and at Dan Sbriglio on X. But, if that's your thing, I don't know why it would be, because it kind of sucks there. But hey, all social media equates to censorship, hence why we have our own network. So, I know we're going to get into it with Josh, and I don't want to kind of steal his thunder, but, about 2 weeks ago, when everybody was, bowing down and kissing the ground of the great youthful conservative warrior, Susan Collins, because she announced, I'm running. Again, I'd like to see her take 10 unsupported or unassisted steps on her own, much less run anywhere. And you can call that ageism. I just call that she's a decrepit old hag who should have been gone, who never should have been there in the first place, but she should have been gone about, 20 years ago? She's a corrupt demon. But I digress. So everybody was all proud of her. And then it was right from her big campaign announcement, all your conservative heroes were all praising the great Susan Collins. Oh, she votes with Donald Trump 31% of the time, 41% of the time, 46% of the time, 55% of the time, 13% of the time. He's better to have her than not. Why elect somebody who will vote 100% of the time with the president? We don't want that. No. We need a haggardly old, corrupt demon like Susan Collins in there. So all your conservative superheroes heap their support onto Susan Collins. And then 2 days later, the news died down, and then it was, Susan Collins is a holdout on the SAVE Act. Will she or won't she? Notably, it was midweek. Amazing. So Susan Collins' name all over the media, and everybody to call Susan Collins and call the senators holding out. And you did. And then come Friday, end of the week, Friday evening, Susan Collins, the great hero, she's going to vote for the SAVE Act. Oh my God, what a hero. And then all your same conservative superheroes heaping their love and praise and adulation on Susan Collins. Who cares that she turns a blind eye to human trafficking, and her corrupt hardware company is involved in peddling and trafficking as well, and all the shit it does all throughout the state of Maine, and the money that's stolen from the American taxpayer, and her husband who's stolen tens of millions of dollars of USA ID and everything else. And no, she's a great person. Really, she's awesome. So everybody was all in glory, and I would not say thank you. I would not say anything because I think she's a piece of crap and I don't respect her one bit. And I don't respect her office because it's an office that belongs to the people. I am one of the people, so therefore I'm her employer. And the people are their employers, so why this? Well, you have to have respect for the office. I respect the president. I respect the vice president. That's where it ends. All right. So I don't respect you because you're a civil servant. I don't respect you because you're a congressman or a senator elected or selected, just like Susie's case, to allegedly represent the will of the people. So I have to respect you. Why? Because you have a title. You're nothing to me. I will not respect you. You don't warrant respect. You never have and you never will. But some people, amen, Destructor. Some people they have to bond. Well, it's better than nothing. And now we're going to get the SAVE Act. We're going to get the SAVE Act. We're going to get the SAVE Act. And everybody's so happy. Was I celebrating with you all? No, not at all. Because it sounds great in theory because we need to start getting donations come rolling in for all your favorite elected officials as they gear up for their primary challenges. And, act like we need your money now. We need your money. Meanwhile, 100% of these Congress people and senators could literally go to their ATM and pay for their entire campaign themselves. But again, who cares about that? It should cost $1 billion, not $1 million, $1 billion for each election. It's only sensible. It's a perfect expenditure. People should give tens of millions to people who have hundreds of millions so they can spend billions to act as if they are one of you and represent you for 7 months. And then they win again. And then they forget about you until it's primary time again. Cool. So whatever. That's cool. So needless to say, I have zero respect for any office. And I will not jump to praise because I don't trust the Senate. I don't trust the Congress. And I never have and I never will. They've given me no reason to do so. As a taxpayer, as a citizen, as an employer of these people, I ask you, and if you're not a taxpayer and you're not a citizen, well, quite frankly, fuck off while you're watching. But other than that, why should we respect them? What do they do for us that's so fantastic? Have they benefited our lives? Have they changed our lives for the better? Have they done some good deeds? No. Or very seldom. And only because it's politically expedient enough. Okay? So let's be honest. So as everybody praised them, fast forward to today, and now the SAVE Act might not even get to the floor. Oh my God. Those damn Democrats, this is what that's right. It's Republicans in charge of the Congress, of the Senate, of the White House, majority in the Supreme Court. So obviously the Republicans do more to stop the president or attempt to stop the president because you can't. You attempt to stop him more than the other side does. Cool. So now everybody is up in arms and wondering. They don't care about insecure elections. And even if it does even if it does become law, which I hope to God it does, but it should happen already before the first primary, but they'll drag it out longer because it's what these people do. They're corrupt puppet pieces of trash, you see. I'm not telling you something you don't already know. So before you go and praise and jerk off into the wind about, oh, well, this RINO scum, but oh, well, thank you for doing the right thing. First off, no. My message to all the senators and all the Congress people, with maybe the exception of John Fetterman, blows my mind. You know what? Fuck you. You don't earn, you do nothing. You do nothing. You work less days than kids go to school in a year. And when you are working, what does that look like? Exactly. And you lie and you bullshit. You don't care about the rule of law. Now, why would it be expedient for them to do it? Because it might make them look good in the primaries, but they don't like that game. They want to drag it out longer. So that way they dominate the news cycles, play the spin cycle game, do the whole bullshit dance with you all. You get mad, you engage, then you get happy and you donate to them. And you think they're going to save the world. Then you wonder, as soon as they get reelected, they betrayed us. We need to get rid of them. We need a challenger. We need a challenger. That's all you keep saying. That's all you keep crying about online. We need primary challengers. The RINOs have got to go. The RINOs have got to go. Newsflash, they all have to go. Second, you don't really give a shit. You say it, but you don't back it up in action. You don't back it up in social media. You don't back it up at all. All right? You suck. And while we're at it, I saw Jim there, the one from Alabama. Yeah, he's actually all right. And actually, Governor Jim Justice, now Senator Jim Justice for West Virginia, I love that man, and he's a friend. Tuberville's good people, too, so they get a pass as well. So there you go. The rest can get the hell out. So we literally, we're not so dispensable. And the people that fall into the clickbait rage bullshit and play this game and sit there, and I realize this, a lot are frauds. Some are good people. Some are actually wanting change and wanting regular people that aren't doctors, lawyers, multimillionaires, all ready to go and pretend they're like them and representing them in Congress. See, the Democrats don't have that problem. They don't have that problem. They have the slut whore, went to casting call and became a Congresswoman AOC. They have, Ilhan, who married her brother and was already rich and then became richer, so an illegal alien committing immigration fraud, everything else. We know what these demons are. They don't try to hide it from you. We know they're nothing, and we know they're shit, and they don't run from it, and they own it. So good for them. Good for them. And we're going to talk about State of the Union, don't get me wrong, which Democrats showed you just how much they hate you. All right. But you see, the Republicans are showing you how much they hate you as well. So when you go online, you say we need to primary the RINOs, but then you fall in line like a good little bitch and you vote lockstep. Why? Because you know what? These career criminals, they should be in jail. Obviously, a majority of them. But the ones who are responsible for this Stockholm Syndrome-esque thing, the ones who are responsible for constantly being beaten down and screwed over and over and over and over again, are you, the people. Now, that's not all of you, but a large majority of you. Because you sit there and you say one thing online, you puff up your chest and act like you're something because you want the clicks. And a lot of you are paid bots or paid grifters or whatever it may be. And you want everybody to fall in line. We're going to primary check. We're going to beat this RINO. But you love that RINO because you love the money-making machine that's behind it. You're a part of it. And the rest of you who aren't, you're just dumb and obedient. So you like being victimized over and over again. You like being beaten over and over again. You love thy abuser. Did I say that correctly? You love thy abuser. There we go. And I have zero sympathy or respect for any of you. And quite frankly, as I've said before, it's unfortunate because I'm included in this. And the majority of this audience who are not part of that demographic is the some that hate this. And again, as always, thank you for your closeted support. But you get what you deserve. We don't deserve it, but we get what we deserve when people are so dumb. Well, we can't beat the machine. We can't beat the money. We can't beat this. We can't beat that because you don't want to, because you're too weak. You're feckless. You're cowardly. You're broken. You're obedient. You're torn. You're easily played. You're psyop to death. And you throw your arms up. Well, let's just go with it. No, let's just go with it. Sure, anything to keep a majority, because the majority is doing so great right now, aren't they? I could count on one hand how many executive orders have been codified in the law. President Trump's been there over a year now. Not his fault. One man fighting the machine. But don't worry, they're all loyal. They're all supporters, except those who aren't. And we have to sit here and feign like outrage and feign like I'm shocked. How many times must you be shit on to realize it's not raining mud? You know, things could be done, and hell, I'm on win red. It means nothing, believe me. But like, you know, our 3 donations for the Senate campaign, you know, appreciate everybody who's spent the money, and believe me, you know, money hasn't even been spent. It's still sitting right there. But Win Red is just as corrupt as Act Blue, you see. So the right rhinos like Collins and the others, they use their smurfing and everything else, and they steal their elections and cheat a different way. Save Act doesn't really get into that, unfortunately. It would devastate the left, who wants the illegal alien slave to do their bidding. They count on that. But you see, it doesn't impact the right. So knowing that actually, honestly, makes what these Republican elected officials do that much worse. Because it would be more beneficial for them to support something that's popular, but it's not popular with the left, and you don't understand. I'm in a blue. All of your excuses are just that. They are excuses, and excuses are made by weak people with no balls, no heart, no soul, no spine. Well, it's the best we've got. Then you're a loser and you deserve shit. Okay? Well, we have to stick with it. You're a loser and you deserve shit. Anybody who utters those words to you, well, we have to go with because you've already lost the argument. You've lost the debate. You're a mindless, lobotomized zombie. You're a dumbass. And I say that sincerely. I'm not even mad right now. I say that from the bottom of my heart. You are an idiot, and you deserve all the worst that life, all the bad shit that life has to offer. And that may be cruel, but I don't care. Because these people are sentencing us with corrupt scum in the opportunity. We have an opportunity now. Literally. We have the opportunity to take advantage of this moment in time and actually get rid of the trash, get rid of the establishment, and back the president. And that's what you're all about, right? Unless you're those America First Nazis, America Only Nazis. Actually, the ones who chant that shit can't hit their chest because they're built like birds. But still, you have an opportunity. Instead, you fall in line. You fall in line over and over and over again. And you beat up the outsiders. You beat up the people who actually abide by the Constitution, who meet the requirements of the Constitution, and fall in line with what our founding fathers actually envisioned for our country, for our government. People standing up to serve the people. Crazy. It didn't say doctors, lawyers, and millionaires only. No. It was about regular people doing their service to their country by going to Philadelphia at the time, going to the Congress, going to the Senate, and servitude, serving the nation because it was the right, honorable, and noble thing to do. But we've lost that. So we're the bad ones. Those of us who challenge the system, those of us who challenge the establishment, we're the bad ones. We're the spoilers. The other thing these jerk-offs always say, you were sent here by Chuck Schumer. I have to tell you, to everyone who's ever sent that meme to me and others, seriously, I don't want to wish bad things on people, but I kind of hope you get ganged raped by Moose or Meese, if you so prefer, because you are some of the dumbest motherfuckers in the world. You're dumber than the other ones. You're a Democrat plant. While the obvious Democrat plants literally sit there, lie to your face, MTG, Massey, Rand Paul. The list goes on. But they're heroes. But you must be a Democrat. You're only running as a Republican to fuck up what? Fuck up your supermajority? Your effectiveness? All the bold and wonderful things that you've done to save the country or pass the president's agenda? Is that it? You say it because you're clearly a clueless, incompetent idiot. You have no reasoning, ability to think for yourselves. You're a puppet. Most of you are bots, but you're stupid and you're ignorant and you're a dumbass. I hope I made that clear enough for you. Okay. So again, the grassroots people who you condemn because they don't have a campaign bus. I got something in the mail today. Email, excuse me. So this guy, I didn't even tell Hollis about this. So this guy was sent my way by somebody else who manages him. That's right there. Ooh. This is an independent canvasser, but he fights for conservative causes. So he's independent, but he fights for conservative causes. Okay. Having fun with that one already. So I'm representing him. Representing him. Is he the greatest canvasser in the history of mankind? And he's done great things in Massachusetts and New Hampshire because they're doing great. Wow, he must be behind all the winners. And he could help you collect signatures in Maine. He's here for only $8 a vote. He can guarantee you 200. I didn't tell Hollis about this. 200. I did it, did I? 200 signatures a week for $8 a signature. Okay? So I have to pay you to go and get people to sign a signature? You gotta love it. Well, you don't have a campaign team. Oh, as I've said, campaign consultants and everybody else reached out to me. It was either 40 or 50. I spoke with three. $40,000 or $50,000 up front, followed by $30,000 a month. That they all had in common. $30,000 a month, including one dude who's currently in prison. Remember that, Hollis? But he wanted to represent, and his agents represent, and he was a nice guy. But, and maybe a different me, but you're in prison. And you're going to be there for a while. But we'll get you, we'll get you to win. We'll run your campaign for you. He gave me a bargain, actually. I think he was like $12,000 a month and $20,000 up front, but you could pay it over time. Oh, well, great. Again, I'm still missing that part of the Constitution where it says you need campaign managers, campaign consultants, all this crap. I miss that. I guess it's like what it really means by legal age and citizen and of age. Here's what it really means. It means you need millions and millions of dollars to make people rich while they basically, I hate the word, I'm not going to say it. They swindle and bullshit people, including the people they're representing, because they get paid either way. They get paid a lot of money either way. And then you have those noble ones. Well, this is all I do. Oh, this is all you do. So you pop up every other year or every 6 years and you run a campaign, you get paid $30,000 up, $50,000 up front, $30,000 a month. Oh, my heart goes out to you. You poor campaign consultants. Then it's, oh, well, you don't have a bust. You're not a serious candidate. No, the serious candidate is the one that actually is grounded in the Constitution, that is grounded in the founding principles of our country, and is willing to take a stand and step up and represent people even when they'd rather die than be an elected official, because they have no desire to be a part of that corrupt system, because all they want to do is destroy it, gut it, give it an enema, and rebuild it. Hell, I want the Constitutional Convention, okay? But remember, Convention of States, you're shit. You're owned. So we know what you are. So it kind of blows my mind a little bit, because that's what I believe. That's what I believe. You know, I believe that it doesn't require millions. It doesn't require, well, you need commercials. You need this. Yes, it says that in the Constitution too, huh? You must have commercials. Thomas Jefferson wrote it. Again, think about, and believe me, it's worse in Georgia. It's worse everywhere else, but think about it. Hollis spoke about it last week. We've spoken about it before. But it's going to be nearly $1 billion spent on one race in Maine for Senate. And I'm coming at it with a campaign fund of $362. So, again, $1 billion could literally fix almost all the roads in Maine, could actually bring back laid off workers, service workers, union workers, and everything, all the above. You could fund pensions again. You could stop businesses from closing, but no, you have to throw billions of dollars away to elect scum, trash, demons, corrupt pieces of shit. But don't worry, the Maine GOP announced today that they're supporting some anti-corruption thing, and they're talking to a liaison from the White House. That's cool. I saw that one dude from the Maine GOP. I don't even know his name. I used to know his name. I don't care his name, but now I feel like I can speak freely. You know, and maybe because I'm fat, I can get away with this. So if you say it, you're a heathen bastard, okay? So this dude from the Maine GOP, this son of a bitch he makes Chris Christie look skinny, all right? Like, this motherfucker's like a walking Hindenburg, okay? With his red tie that goes down to maybe between his nipples. He looks like Blimpy on steroids. And it's not nice to poke fun. It's not nice to make fun. But you know what? He deserves it because he's an arrogant douche. He's an arrogant douche. And he's the voice of conservatism in the state of Maine. Wow, that's great. You're doing fantastic there, buddy. But you're going to root out the corruption, except we don't want to talk about all the corrupt money he gets done. All the funneling of the money to the GOP, the Maine GOP, the corrupt Maine GOP. We don't want to talk about that, do we? No, we don't. So my point for bringing this up is, you know, we have to throw billions of dollars at pieces of shit, pretend like we're reluctantly supporting those pieces of shit, hate those pieces of shit all year, but then when they do something good, oh, thank you so much for doing your fucking job, you pieces of shit. But we have to heap praise on you now. Thank you, master. I bow to you. I'm your obedient bitch. I'm your indentured servant. Oh, please, elected official, vote the way I want you to vote. Even though you're my employee and I'm your boss, please vote the way I want you to vote. If you say that, if you do that, you are a weak, mindless fucktard. Sorry for the language, but it's appropriate here. You are an idiot. So when I see everybody, the cavalry comes out and they all heap their praise. Thank you, Susan Collins. Thank you, bitch McConnell. Thank you. I don't even know if he was one of them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Honestly, you make me sick. You look like a dumbass. It's the majority of the people that do it. So you forget your morals. You forget the fact that you've been bitch slapped every single day since these people have been in office. But now, I got to do the right thing and say, thank you, master. Thank you. There, all my haters out there. There, call that racist, okay? Thank you, massa. Thank you for voting the way I want you to vote. Oh, does that sound like I'm like whatever? Can't think of the word right now. I'm dripping of albino Afrocentricity, okay? So I don't want to hear it. I could claim it. And if I say I am, I must be. So thank you. But seriously, like, think about how pathetically stupid it is to sit there and praise these corrupt, criminal pieces of trash because they did something that the majority wants you to do, but lo and behold, they're stalling and you really can't count on them. Imagine that. Wow. And I know we're going to get into that with Josh, but like, it never ceases to amaze. But you, the stupid people, not you, the stupid people, you'll tweet, I know, you're going to get those phone lines lit up and you're going to call your senator and call your congressman and you're going to get them to act until they don't. But that's okay you're going to call again. And you're going to call again. And as soon as they win an election again in a landslide, because they have all the money and all the control and all the win red corruption going their way, and their Smurf game is tight, as soon as they win, we need to primary them. We need to challenge them. My God, is the entire world Stockholm syndromed? Seriously, you love that abuser. You love being beat, whipped, whatever. Maybe I have to say things a little bit more harsh to garner the attention. Not because I want your likes or your views, because I just want to say to you that you're a dumb fucking idiot. I don't know. But that's okay, because it's imperative that the conservative majority remains a conservative majority so they can continue to do nothing and vote against the president and move nothing forward and codify jack shit. Okay, big beautiful bill was fantastic. And President Trump's EOs versus what the Senate has passed. Am I blackpilling? No. It's called truth. Some people are immune to that. Some people don't like to hear that. Some people want to pretend it's better than what it is. No. They're opportunistic pieces of crap. And they're going to play you every time because you allow yourselves to be played. You show them over and over and over again that you like being their bitch. And you fall in line every single time. So I know this opening rant was just, I didn't really anticipate that. But it blows the mind. Not my mind, but it blows the mind. Me, I expect it. I've been seeing this shit since 2006, and before, but realistically. You sit there and, you expect something to change, and you keep doing the same things that you've been doing, expecting a different result. You know what that is. So, do you really think you have the power? Because at this point, you don't. You can, you should, legally you do, but you don't. When you lie to yourselves and pretend as if you've made something happen, when you've done something positive, you are literally throwing salt in your own wound. You're insulting yourself. You're insulting your own intelligence. And it's like it's like literally you're shitting in a commode and you're dumping it on yourself saying, I don't know where that came from. How dare you besmirch me? How dare you shit all over me? But it's you doing the shitting. And I don't mean to be so colorful, but my God, there's a crap ton of stupid people. And these media cycles are getting really old, really tired, and really repetitive. State of the Union was great. Back to the SAVE Act. Oh, my God. I just don't get it. I do get it. That's the problem. I do get it. I wish it were different. That's my insanity, right? I keep expecting more people to wake up. I keep expecting people to do something different, pull their head of their own ass, and actually do more than, I'm going to send out a number. I'm going to do a fax. People still fax. That's crazy to me. But hey, God bless. I actually like the fax. Kind of cool. Can't use one to save my life, but, whatever. But you do it right. Call. Show up at their office. Because that's codified how many EOs right now? Is it working? Is it doing great? Is America saved? Again, I see one man doing his job and the rest suck. And then the brain dead masses out there in the world, you just want to go and glorify them when, they did something good. Don't you know? I'm going to do it again because why not, right? Because I've heard so many different ones. I might as well do it again. If I have to read it, I'm going to bore you with the bullshit, okay? Well, don't you know he votes with Trump 7% of the time, 11% of the time, 3% of the time, 22% of the time, 31% of the time, 41% of the time. So we have to keep him in. You fucking idiots. God, you are you are so pathetically moronic. It is a sin. And I'm not even upset. I love it. I love seeing you idiots, you morons. And a lot of the ones that do that don't even actually vote, which is priceless too. But that's a whole other story. But it's like, damn, who's worse? The scumbag dude who wrote me to say he represents some independent conservative canvasser who for only $8 a signature will go out there and canvass in Maine for me? Those people, the campaign consultants, the think tanks, the groups that go out there and tell these haggardly fucks what they should say and how they should act and how they should appear and appeal to you. I just don't get it, people. But sadly, I do. Obviously, I have a lot to say. So, as I said in the beginning of the show, it's been a crazy day. Remember, this is VOPUSARadio.com. Download the apps. You see it right there. Roku, Fire, Apple, Android TV. Search VOPUSA. Watch it live on all those platforms. Download the apps on your phones if you so desire. You will see lots of programming. You will see original programming forthcoming and up there. Past programming, new programming, weekly programming. You have it all. And like I said at the top of the hour, we have, and I'll show you one more time because I'm trying to be more concise. I'm working on my chops, if you will. As I go to the bottom of the hour, I'm going to fade into some type of video that I probably played for you 1,000 times because I didn't have enough time to download some new ones this week, and then come back and welcome in Josh, who's actually backstage. So I feel like a dick. Hi, Josh. I'm waving at you, bro. He's back there. I see him. So I'm going to try to be on point. But, here we go. So as you see right here in our nifty little thing, you have, wait, we got to backtrack there. Excuse me. We have the RAGE of Aquarius that comes to you live every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern time right here on VOPUSARadio.com and the apps and the socials too. And again, thank you to the large audience that tuned in last week, not just on our network and everywhere else worldwide, but the Rumble showed up. Sometimes the Rumble will give you 100. Sometimes the Rumble will give you 13, 14,000, I guess. Whatever. One time they gave this show like 180,000. The next week it was like 20. So 20,000, whatever. And then some get 130. I have no idea. But anyway, Sunday nights, RAGE of Aquarius. That is our show, hosted by myself and the man forthcoming, Josh Bernstein, who does the Josh Bernstein Show. You can find him on a Substack, which you all know where it's at. The links are there. And I'm going to share it again shortly. And he also hosts Full Throttle, which I made a promise and I missed it because, again, I'm a proud husband. I'm a proud husband. HOLLIS's shoot ended up going long. It was a huge success. And I couldn't be more proud of her. But literally, I get in the door, had just enough time to get on the computer. Updates. Like, that's awesome. I only update this damn thing about 30 times a day, but that's okay. So I missed Full Throttle. I know my MAGA Lions crew, they were over there. So join it. Be a part of it. It's awesome. I'm going to be there, damn it. But it's a good time that Josh hosts with all his people. So, because of the fact that people seem to be digging the RAGE of Aquarius, we have decided, now I can move to the other overlay here. We have decided that's the wrong damn overlay. I suck. There we go. Boom. Now you see it. It's called The Hour of Rage. And I like that. I like that look right there. It perfectly ties in the two. So what we're going to start doing weekly, and it probably could have been earlier, but I'm talking too much. So this week, it's actually 10 p.m. Could be earlier, could be later. When Josh is done with his show, he has graciously decided to come over and join the fray because all you damn people like Josh. So that's actually good. So do I. And that's rare because, I hate you all. Not all. Not you all. You know what I mean? So we decided we're going to give you more content. So that brings us to the Hour of Rage. So we're going to do it live right here on POLITI-SHOCK, a special segment for you all that's going to last an hour. And then we're going to re-air it. Yes, it's pre-recorded, but we're going to air it live on Friday nights. 9 p.m. sounds great, Eastern time. So essentially, we're adding to our RAGE of Aquarius itinerary. And there may be more. Depends. You people show up. Actually, there's probably going to be more because we actually have fun doing this stuff. And it's for me, it's so damn quick. It's so damn quick, but it's fun, And everybody like Josh been on POLITI-SHOCK last week. So it's like, you know what? Hey, coming up on 20 years on July 3rd. It's time to change up the format a little bit. And then we have Aftershock that comes on with that with my lovely bride. So it's kind of cool. And the first hours, who knows? We'll do guests. We'll take calls. Maybe we'll take calls later. We'll take calls with Josh. We'll take calls with Hollis. I don't know. I haven't put the number out yet because, quite frankly, I don't want to talk to you all yet. I do. Actually, I just didn't put. I got to do something and update it, and then we could launch a number to the public. But I just don't feel like taking calls tonight. I want to make it a big spectacle, damn it. So, point for all this is we have good stuff coming. We have new shows launching. We have Holistics starting very soon with Hollis doing her thing, her music channel, bringing back the MTV style stuff, bringing back original programming, original artists, all that good stuff. We have the State of Freedom with Danielle Walker and Chris, who we love. They do their thing. They're like the number one ranked conservative podcast, I think, in Louisiana. I think they're the number one, which is kind of cool, but they're great people. We love them. You know, we have For the Love of Freedom with just Danielle Walker. We have, God, what else? I know I'm missing something. I should know these things. We have new stuff coming, so I get ahead of myself. I don't want to say things that aren't publicly known yet. So there you go. So, and then there's this one, the POLITI-SHOCK. Now, we've had an interesting situation where some people want to, you know, air our shows, and we air some of their shows on the network. Some good people, don't get me wrong. And they're like, oh, you can just send them over to us when we're done, and we'll put them on a rotation on our platform and help you guys out, build like a partnership. You know, that doesn't equal money in the bank for us. But then again, what does? So go to buymeacoffee.com/VOP USA Radio and show us some support. Again, shout out MAGA, dirt bike rider. I could speak. I just call him Joe, our first supporter on Buy Me a Coffee. I love you, brother. Thank you. And my dad, being my second supporter, boom, he showed up. So, you know, we need more help, though, obviously. And there's a whole bunch of tiers on there, a whole bunch of cool shit you get, a whole bunch of exclusive stuff you get, all private stuff. Not, you know what I mean? Like stuff not publicly available for the people. Opportunities. I'll do the whole breakdown of that later and show it on screen again. You can have fun with it. So we're asking for your support there. But POLITI-SHOCK is not one of those shows that could be, if some guy's running something, it's kind of like PG-ish and running like stuff of health, family, military. It's all great. I love it. You know, God bless. And then not all the time, but perhaps it's an episode where I'm a little upset. So it's either going to sound like, let me see if I can find this. If it's the one way, let's see, where the hell is this damn thing? I got to look in real time here. This is professionalism right here. All right. Wait. That's not it. That's not it either. Well, damn. All right. I'm done. I'm done. I don't know where my censor button went. You get the point. I shouldn't press buttons. It's a dangerous thing because I fuck things up very easily. So it's either going to be censored all the time, or you might be like, you know, and you know, help this family achieve their goal of home ownership. And then it'll cut into me, you know, going on one of my rants where I might say fuck about 9,000 times in a matter of 13 seconds or doing what I do, you know, so I don't know. So my point for bringing it up is POLITI-SHOCK is going to be one of those shows that's going to be only on the network. And for now, it's on your social hell. You know, it won't be for long. I mean, maybe till the end of the year, we'll keep it on social media, whoever has us, and then we're going to pull that shit. So, and if you want to see it, you're going to have to see it here. So there you go. My PG-13 show, I don't know. Maybe that'll be the Dan Sprinkler show. Maybe it won't be. My point for bringing that up is I know people want more POLITI-SHOCK as well, and we shall see. You know, we're thinking about it, thinking about what it can do, what it can't do, and everything else. And, you know, I enjoy doing this. This is my talk therapy, obviously, people. So I enjoy coming on here and just pissing people off and ranting and raging and raving. And again, we've been talking for 59 minutes. Well, you know, taking 11 minutes for my intros. You know, we've been talking all this time, but I haven't brought up the State of the Union yet. Right? See, we do things a little bit differently here. We don't talk about the topics of the day, if you will. Not always. We kind of just go wherever the hell we want to go. Wherever I want to go, because, you know, it's my show. And then when I start bringing you all in, you could bring up the topics and we could have fun with it. So there you go. with that, it's time for a quick little commercial break. It's our own shit, but whatever. I'm just calling it a commercial break because I'm trying to work on that timing. And once we come back, I'm going to come back with the one and the only Josh Bernstein, and we're going to begin the Hour of Rage. So there you have it. So hang tight. This is the time. You got to take a piss? Go hit the head. If you got to do the other thing, well, download the app and take the phone in the bathroom with you. So there you go. Sharing is caring, especially helps to piss off people. And if you haven't followed us on all those wonderful places, please go and do so. And remember, VOPUSARadio.com, VOPUSARadio.com. Download the apps, find us on the smart TV channels. And I'm trying to think of something different to play for you, but it's my own damn fault. It's my own fault. I should have better. But I haven't recycled or reshuffled or anything else. So instead, you get my favorite music video. I'll be right back.
CDC. Hey, CDC's greatest hits. CDC. Hey, now available with proof of vaccination. You've been fast and strong. You'll get all-time classics like I got the jam. It's been too long. I'm glad to be fast. Yes, I got the juice. I took two. Tell me, Dr. Fauci, what you want me to do, because I'm fast. Enter to win a signed copy of the album by Brian Johnson & Johnson. I took a fast vaccine during quarantine. It was the worst damn shakes I have ever seen. Legendary hits like Quarantine for just 2 weeks. Stay away from me for just 6 feet. CDC will tell you lies. CDC and ignore all your cries. Hell's bell. Oh, Angus, are you alright? A palsy. You're shaking. You're shaking. Hell's bell. Somebody call a doctor. Where's Fauci? A palsy. Dr. Fauci, hello. Hell's bell. Hello. Dr. Fauci. A palsy. Hello.
All right, that was a quick one, people. That was a quick one. But you know I love the song. I didn't play it in the beginning of the show. So, hey, whatever. It is what it is. What can I say? It's if I don't play it in the beginning, I got to sneak it in there somewhere because it just makes me happy. So there you have it. With that, ladies and gentlemen, because I've been ranting and raging and raving and all my wonderful shit that I've been doing, I want to welcome the one and the only. Sorry I was late to see your message, dude. It's my fault. I suck. I suck. I completely suck. At least I own it. I mean, hey.
You own it.
I do.
You own it.
I start the show, too, with an apology because, again, you know, I missed Full Throttle because I got it late, but it was such a good day for HOLLIS. The shoot went awesome, so it's like...
Good to hear
that. If it wasn't for the computer having to up... Whatever. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome... Oh, this is weird. Welcome to the Hour of Rage.
Great to do it, and we're doing it now, what, two nights a week? So
2 nights.
Here's the thing, everybody. As long as you keep watching, we'll keep doing. And if you watch more and more, we'll keep doing more and more. I think we have both come to that conclusion, and we enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and you know, we want to continue to do it. And the more, the merrier. So great to be back with you. And by the way, I'm not doing the John Fetterman thing anymore. I apologize. So I got my I got a little jacket on, and I ordered. I got to tell you this story. So for my birthday, my wife ordered me something. And she didn't tell me that she got me something extra. And so she got me this really cool jacket. It hasn't come in yet, but it's like really cool red, white, and blue. And it's a leather. It's a New Zealand lambskin leather jacket. Ooh. So I think I'm going to start using that. And I think it'll look pretty cool because you'll see me from, you know, like mid chest up, and it'll have red and blue. It's fucking badass. So
wow.
Looking forward to that one. Yeah. I got my Charlie hat on. So.
Well, I got mine today. It was here waiting for me when I got back home.
Nice.
So yes,
we're gonna go a little more edgier. You know, we're gonna kind of change things up a little bit, and I think it's gonna be fun.
I got the leather pants. No, I'm kidding.
Leather pants. We're not doing that. We're not shooting from the waist down. Sorry.
Oh, come on now. We're standing up. You know. So, yes, everybody, remember, you tune in Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time to see the Rage of Aquarius, but this is going to be our special show. So we're going to do this right here on POLITI-SHOCK with all of you. So, Mr. Bernstein.
Yes.
I didn't want to steal the thunder, so I gave my own perspective on the Senate doing what I said. I refuse to thank you, scumfucks.
Yeah, I'm assuming you went over some of the SAVE Act.
Yes, but I
Okay.
want to compare into it because I made the mistake of looking on X for a few minutes before I went on the air. That was my biggest mistake because I see people, how dare they betray us? Call. Like, here we go again. And it's just like,
Well, here's the thing. We've basically been, talking a little bit off the air and everything else, text message and stuff. And I let you know that tonight was going to be one of those nights where the language was probably going to flow. And we're going to kind of do something a little bit different. We won't do that all the time. But if you're not fucking pissed off at these cock-sucking fucking Republican fake assholes in the Senate, then I don't know what to tell you. Because we literally have just gotten shafted with a fist in the ass. Okay, we have 50 votes. Okay, we already have, and we probably have 51 to be honest, because I think Fetterman's going to come aboard. So we don't even need JD, but that would be good too. But here's the thing: we have at least 50 votes, and now they're waffling because they said they don't think they want to use this talking filibuster. Now, the talking filibuster that's how you've done it in the past. That's exactly how you've done it. This 60 vote threshold bullshit is new. Okay, I think it came in with Harry Reid or whatever. So in the old days, this is what they did. Okay, you don't agree with us? Fine, fair enough. Stand up there and bullshit and talk until you fucking fall down. And then once you fall down, we'll get everybody together and go vote. Right? That's how it was in the old days. Now, what they're saying is that they don't want to have to constantly deny amendments from the Democrats. That's their fucking reasoning here. So we need to light a fire underneath their asses immediately. And for the people that are listening and watching, and you'll see this obviously later, there are basically 4 holdouts for the most part. Now, remember, we have the votes. So we have the votes to pass it. We just don't have the mechanism to pass it yet because they're fucking waffling. So these are the folks. So you've got Lisa Murkowski, who basically isn't even a real senator. Let's face it. She literally lost her re-election, and then instead of taking the loss, she did a write-in campaign, and she won that way. So she's been a Democrat, a thorn in our side for many, many years. Her number is 202-224-666. That's a good one, right? 6665. So 202-224-6665. And then you have the Kentucky Fried Chicken, Mitch McConnell. He's really not there anymore. He's worse than Biden, okay? He's worse than the pants shitter in chief right now. Believe me, he is. And so who's running the Kentucky Senate right now? It's very simple. All of his aides. So I'm going to try to make sure and hunt these fuckers down and get their names and numbers as well. Don't have them yet. And then you have Tom Tillis. Now he's a problem, Tom Tillis, because he's retiring and he doesn't give a fuck, and he just wants to stick it up Trump's ass as best he can and break it off. So we can call him, but I'm not sure that's going to help. 202-224-6342, 202-224-6342. And the last one is this putz, John Curtis. Okay? We had Mutt Romney, one of the worst fucking senators in Utah, and we replaced him with this douchebag. Okay? And that's what he is. So these are the other ones. 202-224-5251, 202-224-5251. And of course, you can reach out to Leader Thune, but I would hound these fucking people. Okay? I would hound them. I would figure out all their social media, and I would hit that. I would call these numbers. I would send emails. Look, we as a grassroots have enough strength to do and win a lot of these victories. But we're going to, and this is a fucking 85-90 issue. You know what I mean? It's not like we're asking for tax cuts or whatever. And so, and that's not even a big deal, nor should it be. But we can put the pressure on these assholes. I don't care if we show up in front of their offices. We're not going to dox them or anything, but show up in front of their offices. I don't care if we show up, you know, where their children live and go to school, but you can't obviously be on the property, but from a distance and setting up rallies. Let's be little Maxine Water-ish, right? Crazy Brown, James Brown in the wig, Maxine Waters. What did she say years ago? Get in their faces. It's fucking time. It's time to get in their faces. The people that are blocking it, which isn't even the Democrats. Remember, they don't give a shit about this shutdown, this temporary shutdown. They don't give a fuck about DHS funding. They don't give a shit about Renee Good and fucking Preddy or whatever the hell his name was. What they care about is if the government is shut down, they can't pass the SAVE Act. That's what this whole thing has been about. And the government is basically shut down. And so they've had time to get in the fucking ear of these people, and they're starting to backtrack. And that's where we need to come in and forcefully make sure that they get this thing done immediately. And that's what we need to work on. So thank you all for allowing that beautiful rant to take place.
That was good. I'd give that a solid 9 out of 10 because you didn't raise your voice. You were very calm and consistent.
I'm a little mellow. I had a couple of drinks, so, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, throttle.
White Claw action, you know.
Nice.
I
There
like
you
those
go.
from time to time.
Well, I'm drinking some Gatorade right now. So,
well, there you go.
You know, I mean, the
No
poison
problem.
in there isn't that much different than the alcohol. Insane. But, you know.
So that's what I have to say about the SAVE Act.
It's none of it surprises me. Like I said, I don't even give a shit anymore. I do, but I guess I'm more about, and there's nobody out there willing to really go that extra length because I say we do hold rallies. We do go right in front of their houses. I don't give a shit if we dox them. I don't care what happens to these people because they're our employees and they suck at what they do. So therefore,
Well, legally, we can't dox them. I mean, you can get in a lot of trouble. So, look, we can put pressure, but we have to do it in, you know, the constitutional legal way, which is you can't knock on their door and drag them out by their fucking hair like we'd like to. So instead, you can go to where they live and you have to be in the street on public property, you know, across the street from their house. But you could set up at fucking 12:30 at night with pots and pans if you live in one of those states. Find out where they live, go there, and fucking 3 o'clock in the morning with fucking pots and pans and microphones and everything. Say, pass the fucking SAVE Act. We need to take it and we need to get the pressure up, okay? We have to do it legally, and we will. But there are ways to do it. There are tactics to use that are still legal and will put a lot of pressure. And that's what we need to do. So
pressure is one thing.
Anyone that wants to learn more. And the other thing is, before I even get to that, we've got to make sure that we get rid of these RINOs. And we need to run these MAGA Republicans. And we've got to vet the shit out of them to make sure that they're solid. And if anyone that wants to run for office, I have helped, I can't count how many people, with messaging and also to get them elected, okay? I worked with the Tea Party Patriots a long time ago, 2014, and we were helping getting a lot of the Tea Party candidates through the primary and then winning. And so I have experience with that. So if you want, you can join the Substack. It's not a plug, but it's the truth. It's just jbushow.substack.com. That is like literally getting my personal text message back and forth. Because if you join and you put comments down, I answer everyone's comments. We got MAGA Dirt Bike Rider came in tonight, and he's been like gangbusters. Welcomed right into the family. He's been just commenting and commenting and commenting. He joined us tonight on the Full Throttle. So it's like a family, but it's a good sounding board for activism in the comment section for sure. So.
No, and I think it's great. And, you know, and I look forward to our MAGA Lion friends actually starting their show up. Joe, we have to talk this weekend, and getting out there and giving a platform for these people, you know, and it's something that I'm very big on and I need to do better, but I've done it before and I will do it again. But, you know, I don't know, call it the old bitter me, call it the activist in me. I'm done with the same old tired bullshit. I just want to find enough people with some balls out there to actually go out there and do something besides the same old, you know, prescribed crap. And, you know, the fear Make them feel the power is one thing, sure, but what they need is the fear of God. And until they have that, until they feel that, until they understand that the thing that they should fear the most are the people and not the other way around, nothing will change. And
the problem is, Dan, is that in order to have a fear of God, you have to believe in God
exactly.
and love God.
That's
and
the other
these
problem.
are godless, satanic scumbags.
Yeah, I agree.
That have come to Washington to enrich themselves, and they don't give a fuck about us.
Yep.
So it's our job to make them give a fuck.
And that's
by being
the point.
civically active in their face and engaged. And remember, a politician, self-preservation is the biggest motivator for any politician, regardless of what party. So enough pressure and they will cave. I've done it before in so many other pressure campaigns, and we're 65% success rate if I'm looking at 14 years of doing it. That's pretty good. You're not going to win them all. But when you have an issue that is literally 90% people want voter ID, this should not be hard to grab these people and say, hey, do this talking filibuster and let's go. Otherwise, if you don't do it, President Trump did say that he's going to issue an executive order. I think he said today he's going to do it. So we should be covered for the midterms, but that's not codified. And something that you said, Dan, earlier, you said something about executive orders to how many are codified. The answer is 28 to 300. So it's 300 plus executive orders, and only 28 have been codified into law. Why? Because they were thankfully put into the one big beautiful bill. And we need one big beautiful, gigantic, enormous, humongous, patriotic, fucking limited government, new, beautiful bill, part 2, before these midterms.
Yes.
And at the very minimum, we have to pass the SAFE Act. We have to pass it.
Literally,
we'll get it done, but it's going to be something that we're just going to have to hammer the shit out of these people until they do it.
Literally, the entirety of Trump's agenda could be enacted.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
If they so desired. But don't worry, the Democrats, I'm sorry, the Republicans control the Senate, the House, and the White House, and right now the numbers in the Supreme Court. Don't worry.
But here's the thing. Even if we end up controlling all three, if we're controlling all three and we elected more RINOs, then we're just going to be in the same position with the same frustration. Yeah, so we've got to make sure that we are vetting candidates. Hopefully MAGA Lion will put it up there, but there's a whole list of candidates that he has that are the preferred candidates that are MAGA, America First. They're not going to waffle. They're not controlled opposition. They're not RINO establishment. They're for real. And he has lists. And so the entire RAGE audience needs to get a hold of that list. So put that out there. I think he said it was on Getter. I'm not on Getter, so I don't really go on that. But hopefully he'll put it in. He's watching, so he'll put it in the comments. But we've got to be civically active, and we got to fight against these RINOs. You know, that's the thing. If we were just fighting against Democrats, you know how many fucking victories we would have had by now? Holy shit.
Yeah.
But the fact is, we're fighting ourselves. And we've been fighting ourselves for 15, 18, maybe 20 years. Yep. Probably even longer than that. 30 years, 35 years, right? The RINO really thing kind of started in the, I'd say in the late 80s, early 90s. That's when George H. Walker Bush was the first one to issue the words New World Order. Well, there's going to be a New World Order. That was the first time they came out with that. So they've been at this shit for the longest time. And if we were fighting just one party, we'd be kicking ass and taking names. The problem is we're fighting ourselves. That needs to stop.
That's right. So that's why every time somebody says to me, well, you know, Republicans need to win the majority. Yeah, like, no, well, Republicans have the majority now. That's why nothing's getting done. But unfortunately, we need to hold the majority, maybe with some real fucking candidates. And that's why, again, you know, I'm honored to be endorsed by MAGA Lions, you know, and it's getting old. It's getting old and it's getting tiring. I think back to what President Trump said to me, it's time for me to get back to work. And, you know, I think he was referring to my radio show. but also my activism. And the activist in me really, really, really wants to get back out there because I see nobody doing shit right. I see nobody active, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Show up. Even if 2 people show up the next time, more will come. Because let's face it, people either A, they care and they're afraid to care publicly, or B, they're followers. People will come. Start a trend.
These people on the left are so vicious, so motivated. I say this all the time. They would literally slit their own mother's throat and drink her blood, okay, if it meant staying in power.
Yep.
Now, you can think that's bombastic if you want, but these people are ruthless. And
Yes.
they want power back, and they don't give a shit how they get it. So we've got to pass the SAVE Act, okay? It's a must. And we will. We'll do it. We will do it, but we're going to have to roll up our sleeves, and we're going to have to get civically active, and we're going to have to hammer the fuck out of these people on social media, emails, everything. You know, set up rallies, you know, on their streets. I don't care. We've got to put up the pressure, and we'll do it. We'll get it done.
Yeah.
We'll get it done.
Like I said, I'm not black pilled. I'm just reality pilled.
Yeah,
And,
no, look, I understand.
You know,
believe me,
I've seen this too long, and I see the same stupid people saying the same stupid shit and expecting a different result time and time and time and time again. And how easily people are led astray by dumbasses. Led by dumbass, become a dumbass. Recruit more dumbasses to feel the dumbass, you know, vibes and be a fellow dumbass. So and again, it's time, like I've said before, I've said this before on so many different issues, that I could be honest enough and bold enough to say that part of the problem that a lot of people have, look in the freaking mirror. All right? Yeah, we know the problem up top, but the problem is you. And I'm not going to sit here and apologize and coddle them anymore. I'm going to call them out for the weak, feckless idiots they are. They're oh so vocal on social media. They don't do shit in the real world. And it's time for you to get your head out of your ass, fuck off, and get out of the way. You know, it's like do something or fuck off. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
and I love that. I love your spirit. I love anger and everything else. But just getting mad isn't enough. We've got to give direction. We've got to give focus. We've got to give attention and to details and kind of point it in a direction. And that's what I've always done. I mean, I can get pissed and yelling and screaming and all that too sometimes. But how are we going to fix it? You know what I mean? What can we do to fix it now? And
that's the thing.
Where we have to be creative.
People can get stuff done by actually being boisterous and being out there publicly. You know, we would hold our rallies and we would parlay that into taking down mayors, taking out commissioners, taking down cops, taking down lawyers, taking down judges, getting Act 287G actually implemented in 13 states. We did that, a voice of the people, and we got nothing for it, and we didn't ask for anything for it. And so we actually got laws put on the books locally, even at a state level. You know, one state, a lot of local. But I was still proud of it because it was showing. People always say, well, you're so angry, because you should be angry. And you should be angry at those trying to walk, you know, let me hold your hand and guide you. Well, my hand's a fucking fist, so you're not going to guide me anywhere. I have a voice, I have a heart, I have balls. I'm going to do it my damn self and show others how it can be done. You know, so it's important to put the wisdom out there and to put our information out there, obviously. But at the same time, it's like, things can be done, but it equates to being more than social media active. It equates to being active in the real world, in 3D world. And that's what I want to see more from people. And until then, I'm going to hold the people responsible, because it's the people's fault. The ones who bitch and protest so much, they're usually some of the worst offenders. And it's a shame, you know, because we all deserve better.
Absolutely. That's what this is all about right here. It's all about activism. It teaches you how to do the activism, how to pass ballot initiatives when you have a governor that you can't, is going to veto it, how to get past it, all that stuff. That's what preserving liberty is about. So, again, folks, if you want to learn a lot of stuff and understand how things kind of work, where the sausage is made, the meal is made behind the scenes, that's kind of what I do. I break down every issue. And then I say, okay, how can we fix this? And I came up with lots of different ways to fix things. And that's what we have to do. And it's important for everyone to have a voice. It's not just about me or Dan, it's about all of you. Because we can talk into an echo chamber as much as we want. But if we can't motivate people to help us with the ideas that we have in order to facilitate preserving liberty, why I named it that, well, then what good are we? So that's why, you're all just as important. And again, contact them on social media, email them, all of that stuff. So
No,
anyway,
amen.
what'd you think of that? Absolutely incredible for our side, but just demonic on their side. State of the Union, State of the Disunion. Let's call it what it really truly is.
It
People
was
are disunion fucking reality.
yes, it was fantastic, and he publicly bitch slapped them and showed the world just how much they hate you, just how much they hate liberty, they hate freedom, they hate justice, they hate their oath. Apparently, the same oath that I took, that they took, and means nothing to them. And he literally, they fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. It made me like John Fetterman even more.
Yeah, put a suit on. Holy shit,
Yes,
huh?
yes. And the solo Democrat kept standing up, that he was the one. And his speech was fantastic. It made you just say, fuck yeah, America, and it was bold. It was in your face. I loved every single time he'd look towards the left, like when he would do that,
And
when he
he'd
would
go,
lean. Yes, it was great.
That face,
They're crazy.
like,
And
yeah.
seeing the
They are crazy though.
yeah, and seeing the inbred in the jihad, or hijab, excuse me.
The towel-headed fuck in the back
Yes.
next to the woman with the giant beard. Yes, her.
The one who has
Her.
a face only a brother can love. Yeah. Like sickening to see these things and that disgusting what's her face that was next to her, that Rashad or whatever.
Mustachio.
What the thing with the
Palestinian.
disgusting. Like these people are sickening, but I absolutely love what he did. It was a masterclass. He Trump rolled them all damn night long, and it was such a great speech. Just point after point after point.
It really was. And, I've been saying this a lot for the past couple of days. There's a reason that they wouldn't stand and couldn't stand. And it's very simple. And I don't understand why anyone in the media hasn't been able to hit this yet. If they stand, then they admit that these people that were invited to the State of the Union address, these incredible human beings, such courageous people, from Irina's mother to the Chinook helicopter pilot, to the World War II veteran who's turning 100, to the victim of the car crash, to the prisoner being released from Venezuela, to all of those incredible things. A lot of those things happened because of their policies. So if they stand up, they're admitting that their policies caused these travesties in these people's lives. That's why they can't stand up. And if they did, then they lose their base because their base abandons them. So they were in a lose-lose situation. And I'm so glad that President Trump put them in that position. He was absolutely masterful. Absolutely masterful. And the way that he trapped them, holy shit, can you imagine the ads in the midterms showing all these idiots sitting down for all these incredible human beings, the hockey team not even standing for that. I mean, that's not even political. Like, what the hell? These people, as he said, are crazy. They're worse than crazy, Mr. President. They're fucking demonic. They are fucking demonic, and they need to be destroyed. Okay? Plain and simple. I won't go any further than that.
It was beautiful, and he played them so well. But again, the line of the night for me, it was almost as up there with him saying that we live in a republic, a constitutional republic. I'll never forget that, and I'll forever thank him for that. He's already, he's a new founding father. But nevertheless, when he literally recited the oath, like just that piece of the oath, and they didn't stand. Brilliant. That right there. I mean, if we really
like, how can you not stand for that? I mean,
I know.
like, he's like, these people are crazy, and he's right. I just hope that the people that did watch, obviously the base, Republicans, independents, maybe even a few, Democrats too, because they're going so fucking crazy, they're losing half their own party too. Mm-hmm. And so I hope that those people saw it and said, wow, you know what? All that shit that we hear from the prostitute whores in the media is all bullshit. This is really who he is. This is how he speaks. This is, there's no filter. In other words, he had 2 hours without a filter, without an edit, without a misleading statement. You know what I mean? So he was able to get directly to the people. And every time he does that, he always does even better and better. And so I think it was 64-36?
Yeah.
64% approved, 36% didn't.
Yep.
So, and those 36% are fucking just brain dead. But that's a big percentage. I would have expected it like 24%.
Yeah.
36%. That's a lot of winning for the country, and a lot of people going, nah, fuck it, I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's scary. That's pretty terrifying, actually.
Yeah.
To know that 36% disagreed with all of the success that we've had in this country. That's people should be cognizant of that.
You gotta love it, man. They're really showing their ass now, huh? It's sick. These people are sick, and it goes without saying. I expect nothing, nothing will ever change with those freaks, because it's exactly what they are. They're freaks. But again, one man just single-handedly took the whole midterms, took the whole Republican Party, took all of America, put it on his back, and said, let's roll. And he yet again taught everybody, this is how you do it. This is what enough of majority, even in light of stealing and theft, wants in this country. He's showing them what to do. He's showing the world.
And he's always done that.
Yes.
That's the thing. And I think I made this mention. I don't know if I did it on your show or another show, but I find it amazing that it is easier for the President of the United States, who is a unique individual to say the least, is able to reset the world's global order easier than it is to get things passed that are good for America at home.
Yeah.
That is just insane. But you know what? I am so thankful that he is doing what he's doing on the global stage and for national security. People are saying, oh, you should concentrate more on domestic. No, actually, he shouldn't.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he's doing it this way, because as I've said before, if we were doing great, but we still had Iran and North Korea and all these, Venezuela and Cuba and all that, it would just be, okay, we're doing good, and then it's going to be bad again because we have all these people out there. He's eliminating threats as he's moving along, and he's resetting the global order. And I'm telling you right now, when Iran falls, we are going to immediately be the world's number one crude oil reserve country by billions and billions, like 560 billion reserve of oil reserves once that regime falls. Because you take that, you take their 303, you take the 380 or something that was from Venezuela, they were the number one. And then you take our 48 that we already had, it brings up to about 560. Second place, and it's a distant second, is Saudi Arabia. So what does that do? If Iran falls, and understand the situation, China is getting 87% of the oil that they get is coming from Iran. The other 13 they already lost, which was Venezuela. So they have a particular interest in making sure that they can still get oil for their country. And so if we take Iran, because I don't believe China or anyone else is going to get involved. So when we destroy that regime, we now reset the entire world order. And that means that 90% of the entire world, if they want oil, has to buy from the United States. That's a fucking legacy.
Hell yeah. That's
a legacy.
That is global dominance.
And that's why I'm fine with him fixing the world's problems before the domestic stuff.
Absolutely.
Because I can see bigger picture.
Was there an update today on the peace talks with Iran? I saw something pop over the phone. But
There was some bullshit where the Iranians said no because we want... Look, there is no negotiations. You can't negotiate with terrorists, okay? You eliminate terrorists. You don't negotiate with them. But they could be doing the quote-unquote negotiations in parentheses to buy time so that they can bring, more equipment. They were waiting on the USS Gerald Ford. That's there. Now there's 15 F-22 fighter pilots parked right now in southern Israel. And these have not been deployed, I don't think, ever before. And maybe one other time. and these are the baddest of the baddest. I mean, they make a noise and a sound, obviously like a jet would, coming off the platform of the aircraft carrier, but then they have something built into them that covers their sound, so they're silent. Not to mention they don't show up in any radar. So these are, and there's 15 of them. So these are the most stealth fighter jets ever in recorded history. There's 15 of them sitting there. That tells me something's going to happen soon, too, probably. A week, maybe 2 tops. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And when it does, we are going to liberate 92 million. Yeah, 92 million plus 28 million. What number is that? That's like 110 or whatever million. So when the Cuban regime falls by the end of his term, you've now liberated 130 million people from tyranny around the world.
Yep.
That's a fucking legacy.
Hell yeah. And that's badass right there. And
That's
you
a
love to
legacy.
see it. You know, and you see, like we talked about before, we talked about on Sunday, something's going to happen soon. You know, it's not posturing just for strength for a negotiation deal. No, it's
we're way past that.
It's not like you're going to see Trumpster flying out there and meeting with these people either. Believe me.
I would say we are in final preparation mode.
Yes.
I would say already at this point.
Yes.
And, you know, look, the thing is we should have done it months ago, but, you know, these things take time.
Yep.
It's just, I feel bad that we told the Iranian people that are suffering under this tyranny and getting killed like crazy. I mean, he said at the State of the Union, 32,000. It's way more than that. Way more than that. See, the problem is that it's almost impossible to get real numbers in media from Iran's media, obviously. And then if it is real, then you got to worry about the fake news. The international media is all bullshit, right? So the only way you're going to really get the truth is on leaks. Doctors leaking things, people that are, you know, fighting for their survival, leaking things. And from what I have seen from some of my sources, we're talking 112,000 people have already been killed, not 32. And about 3.62 million have been injured. And it's horrific to think, number one. But number two, we shouldn't have said we're coming when we didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I know we're going to, but those poor people kept fighting and fighting, thinking that we were on our way. You know what I mean? And of course, it took time to you know, strategize everything. I just wish we didn't give them that kind of hope then. But then again, they needed it too. I guess you could look at it the other side too, that they needed it to continue their fight for liberty. And so maybe that is the better way to go. But I don't know. I just feel so bad for those people. They have suffered so long. I mean, it's just sickening. What is it, 46 years? I'm 51. Yeah. So it's fucking 46 years. Enough. Yeah. And so these people have had enough. And we got to do regime change. That's it.
That's right. So I'm looking forward to it when it happens. Like I said, you know, maybe we'll do a live special. We'll just get some popcorn and we'll watch it all go down. You know, that should be about Trump taking down the regime in Iran. Should maybe get us an hour. It should take about an hour. So we'll get through one nice tub of popcorn.
Yeah, I mean, here's the reality is that this isn't going to be a long, prolonged type of kinetic action where we were bogged down for years in Afghanistan and bogged down in Iraq. Like, this administration has already shown that they're willing to use precise, extreme violence for a very short amount of time to get things to change. And I don't see any problem with that, right? Peace
that's how you win. That's how you win. And that's why Trump said it in his State of the Union for a reason. That's why Space Force is so damn important. Please believe.
Absolutely.
So shout out to them. You know, I mean, that's what you do. Overwhelming force, not a single solitary boot on the ground, or if it's Venezuela, boots on the ground for about 32 minutes. And that's about all you need. Otherwise, we're not doing that bullshit of old. And that's exactly the type of resolve and strength that needs to be shown soon. And I have all the faith, like I've said for weeks, that it's going to happen.
It's not like we're bloodthirsty. I mean, they're the ones that are screaming death to America, death to Israel all the time. But it's not like Americans are bloodthirsty. We just don't want to see other people suffer.
Yeah.
And we're free, and we want other people to be free too. I mean, it's a God-given, innate, want and desire to be free.
Yes.
Americans, are free, and other people should be free. We shouldn't have tyranny in the world. And sadly, there's a lot of it. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that we are liberating people around the world. Now, that doesn't mean I'm a nation builder or that I believe in any kind of collectivism out there. That's all bullshit. All I'm saying is if there's less tyranny, communism, Islamism, all these things, if there's less of it, there's going to be more peace. Plain and fucking simple.
Yep.
And so that's why I'm glad that we are eliminating these communist bastards from the globe. And the problem is now there are so many of them here right at home. And we got to worry about the ones that are here at home too.
Yeah.
And that's the open borders for you. Fucked us good.
And speaking of which, we certainly haven't heard much about Mexico and the cartels the last few days, have we? Not since Sunday.
No, I haven't heard much either. So I don't know if they got that under control or what. But, when Trump, one of the executive orders that he did was an executive order to designate 11 drug cartels as narco-terrorist organizations. Yep. That set the stage to go after Maduro. That was part of it. And clearly we are helping to train the Mexican officials, and they basically are on the way of taking out the Jalisco Generacion or whatever it's called. It's a nasty cartel as well. So that was a big dude that they took out. And so the less of these drug cartels that are out there, obviously the better is too. So it's amazing what this president has been able to do in a little over a year. He's basically came back and he said, here's my balls. You need fucking 10 wheelbarrows to hold them all. And I'm back in charge, and I'm the grown up, and the rest of you are going to fucking wake up and listen. This is how we're going to moving forward in the world, and you're going to listen to me, and this is how it is. So like he came in as like an enforcer, and that's exactly what he had to do because America was so weak and so just completely compromised from the CCP, and quite frankly, it still is. We just arrested some asshole in the Air Force.
Yeah.
42 fucking years. This guy's in the Air Force. 42 years. Master pilot. And he's teaching the CCP, Air Force or whatever, all the fucking secrets of America.
Amazing.
No trial, no investigation, firing squad. That's treason.
Yep.
U.S.C. 182381. That is treason against your country. Plain and simple.
Quick, painful, and public. That's exactly the way it needs to go.
Unbelievable.
And it's just common sense. That's not extremism. That's just called fucking law, justice. That's it. Done. Finite. We don't need to play
American way. That's how we do things.
We don't need to play the bullshit game. Let's send him to prison for get the fuck out of here. No, kill him. All right.
Treason is treason, and the sad reality is that it hasn't been treated with the harshness that it was intended to be treated with when it was put into law. It was, okay, if you committed treason against your country, that's it. You're gone. You're done. It's over. And then it got soft. And then, of course, and the courts came in, and the fucking appeals, and this and that. There should be no appeals if someone is found guilty of treason. Immediate punishment. So,
I agree. I'm right there with you.
We're too soft, man.
That's the overarching gist of everything that I'm saying tonight. Because you know me, I don't plan jack shit, but my whole thing is just the weakness and the idiocy and the continued idiocy and weakness is just we need to do better. We need to do better. We need to be better. That's it. Bottom line, and it can be done. This country was built on it. So it's time to nut up again. Bottom line. That's what it comes down to. So it's just
absolutely true.
It gets frustrating. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, okay. So I know you've been on for a while. I apologize.
No, we're fine. I think
it's my fault. We got 16 minutes. Well, 15 minutes and 50 seconds to be for this.
Yeah,
for this
we're good.
Segment. Okay. I don't know why I'm calling it a segment. It's not a segment. It's a full-on show. We're just doing it live.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm used to doing segments and stuff
Yes.
like that, but let's see what else is going on in the news. Oh, this whole Hillary Clinton thing. Holy cow.
She didn't know Epstein, don't you know?
Oh, please.
Yeah.
She was probably licking his balls,
right?
Okay? Even though she's a leslie.
I know.
They know each other. Okay?
Hillary
Give me a
didn't
break.
know him. Oh my God, man.
I mean, Kankle's McPantsuit knows him, okay, and knew him. And it's just unbelievable. And so what? So I guess a congresswoman, right, Lauren Boebert, Colorado, she snapped a picture, I hear, of her in the deposition. And of course, the left-wing commie lawyers that she had with her said, there's a picture that we're stopping right now. No more deposition. They were looking for ways to get out of this thing. And they need to continue. And here's the thing. Remember, Hillary said that she wanted the deposition in public.
Yes.
So why the hell is it behind closed doors? That doesn't make any sense. She actually said. Now, the reason she said that is pretty simple, because she knew that if it was public, it would have been a lot harder for them to ask the really, really hard questions, right? So maybe that's why they are doing it in private. But I thought that she didn't agree to that. So I don't know. Look, there's no question they're involved in that shit. No question at all. I mean, Jason Alborn, who is from Australia, excellent broadcaster too. We do a show as well. And he broke down and literally tied the Clinton Foundation to child trafficking in Haiti.
Yes. And
then it was like, and the end to the Comet Pizzagate thing, yes, which now we know, based on these Epstein releases, was obviously true. We knew it was true back then. Now it's been verified and confirmed. And so he did this incredible weave and with all the document. He did a really good job. And so, but then I said to him, okay, wonderful. How are we going to hold them accountable? And that's always been the problem. The problem. This multiple tier justice system must end. It must end. And the only way it's going to end is if we really, really kick it up a notch, holding these people accountable, because we have to put the fear of God into the other side to make sure that they understand what we mean. Because believe me, if they get back in power, if you thought they were vicious for 4 years, you have not seen anything yet.
Yep.
I don't think it'll happen. I think JD will win in 2028. I mean, especially if he puts Marco on the ticket, it's fucking unbeatable.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that they're not going to try every fucking trick in the book. And again, as we talked about all night long, it reverts all back to election integrity and the SAVE Act. So.
And, it's funny because one of the things that I saw brought up, and, I'm going to just go there and talk about it because why not? But it's directly related to Haitian young girls. We're talking girls ages 6 through 13, where the majority of these individuals on Epstein Island, that one, the youngest, 9 years old, was pregnant. And when she gave birth, over 300 men raped the baby still attached to the umbilical cord. So, of course, the baby died, the mother died, and then they ate the baby. And these aren't, and again, anybody please sue me.
No question about it that they eat fucking babies. They eat dogs, right? They eat the dogs. They eat the cats. They're eating the pets. There's video, I've saved it on X of like literally like a large Haitian black woman sitting in the back of an alley somewhere in Ohio, and she's got a fucking little barbecue thing to the side. Mm-hmm. And she's literally got a cat in her hands and her mouth, and she's biting it like it's a fucking chicken wing. Mm-hmm. Okay? I literally have the video, at least somewhere in my computer. I'd have to find it. But what I'm saying is, Dan's right, 100%. These people are fucking cannibals. They'll eat fucking anything. And yeah, keep going. I just want to make that point.
No,
because it's true.
You added the perfect color, unfortunately, to a horrendous fucking thing, Oh, and again, man. This is some of the shit that's actually there in those files that people can read about. And we don't hear people talking about that. But the Clinton Foundation, the Clinton Global Initiative was always, we've known this for 2 decades plus.
Yeah. It was a money laundering operation.
Yes.
I covered it in 2019.
Yes.
The whole thing, how it was started, everything. The Frank Giestra Enterprises. Yep. And this is the guy that ran, what was the name of the film company? Landmark Films, I think it was.
Yes, Landmark.
I think, or Searchlight, one of those two. Anyway, and that's where they got the money for it, the majority of it. And that's all it was. All these different dignitaries and countries and organizations and the Tides Foundation and the Global Institute for Peace, which is bullshit, and all these left-wing organizations, the Ratcliffe Foundation, all of them, it's fucking money laundering 101. That's all it was. They brought it in, and then they fucking laundered it back out.
Yeah.
And when are they going to be held accountable to? You know what I mean?
And again, I don't want them in court. I want them dead. I want them all dead. I want them to die slow. You know, go find me some cannibals in Somalia. I'm sure there's a few still roaming around there with the feathers up their ass. And we'll bring them.
Plenty there.
Yeah, stick them on them and let them be eaten alive. You know, it's God. People understand the movie's Hostel. Hostel was a great telling.
Oh, I remember that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. That was a sick movie. That was the one with the teenagers that were backpacking.
Yes.
In Europe.
Yes.
And they end up going to this one hostel, and I guess the people there were like hunting people.
Yep.
That was some pretty sick shit. I remember that movie.
Yeah. And again, that movie wasn't just some creative writing in Hollywood. That was them showing you what they're doing, and to a much lesser extent. Okay. So this really does go on. This isn't us conspiracy theorists. No, this is legit. Now you see it backed up, and people still want to, they still want to play games. They still want to act like, feign ignorance and innocence and everything else. It's disgusting. And please believe that part of the Clinton Global Initiative is also George W. Bush, George H.W. Bush, Barack Obama, and the bloodline. As so it goes. It's a disgusting, corrupt club. When Carlin was talking about it's a big club and you ain't in it, well, he's talking about these people. All right.
And speaking of big, disgusting, globalist, pedophile clubs, we in July are going to be having another Bohemian Grove out there in the woods near San Francisco in California. And we know that Jones infiltrated it years ago and this and that, right? But I was thinking we need an update to it. Okay. And the reason we need an update is because now we have drones. Everybody's got a personal fucking little drone. They get it, whatever, Radio Shack or whatever. I don't know if that's only East Coast or not, but whatever. And now that we have the drones, fly them over. Let's really, really break this thing open and see it finally. I actually interviewed somebody by the name of Zachary King. This is like a long time, 2014, maybe 15. I don't remember. Anyway, he was a Satanist turned Christian pastor. And he was very, very interesting. And he told me in that interview, and I can't find it. I have one of those exterior drives, and I fucking can't find it. It's got the Diamond and Silk interviews on. It's got so many good stuff. I'll keep looking for it one of these days. Anyway, what was I saying? So, what was I saying? I lost it.
The Satanist guy that
turned okay. So here's what happened. So he performed these rituals at Bohemian Grove, and he said there were rock stars, there were actors, actresses, everybody that was an influence in anything was there. Sports figures, but of course world leaders, and even people that are shocking that you wouldn't expect, like Ronald Reagan. I don't know about Donald Trump, but Ronald Reagan.
No, Trump never.
So many others. And people, all around the whole world, they go to this like area, and from what I understand, it's like all gay. Yes. Like literally the whole thing. Like it's all these like globalist, pedophile, fucking child sacrificing fruitcakes, basically, that go there and probably, dingle each other in the ass for fucking 2 weeks or whatever they're doing. But what they do, the worst part, is they are discussing ways to use their power, their clout, and everything else globally to restrict the United States and our rights. And so we need to expose this organization again. Okay, it usually takes place in July.
Yes.
And you know, I don't know what week, but I hope it's not going to be the week that we're celebrating 250 years that these sick fucks are planning on doing it. But they do it one weekend in July, or 2 weekends in July, and we need to come up with like Operation Bohemian Grove. If people don't know what it is literally, and this guy Zach would tell me all the time, he did all kinds of fucking spells on people. He's seen rituals happen. He's seen sacrifices, he told me, happen there. There's this big giant owl.
Yeah.
Moloch. It's fucking huge. It's like 50 feet high or whatever. And it's down near a lake. And it's just candles and shit. And
they only kill
weird,
paper mache babies, don't you know?
Huh?
Okay. It's just paper mache sacrifices.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
right. Yeah. No. This guy, Zach, told me that the shit that he's seen, he was like, he was basically like a witch, I guess you would call him. And he was a Satanist. And they hired him for like 7 years. He went there. Fascinating guy. And then finally found Jesus Christ. He found God and he became a Christian. Well, it was just fascinating, you know. But anyway, as I was saying, we need to infiltrate that again with new technology, is this whole rant. And we need to fly over that thing with 500 to 1,000 drones and fucking take pictures of everything. I think some of these drones have night vision. Do they not?
They do.
They probably do. I don't know. Maybe they're quiet. I have no idea. I don't have one. But so many people do. So we ought to figure out a way to make sure that when they're having their thing, we've got drones in the sky so we can expose these sick pedophile globalist scumbags once and for all.
Donate now. We're going to get the RV. We're going to go pick up Josh and his wife. We're going to take a road trip. And that's all I'm saying. But you want it to happen?
Wouldn't that be cool, though? Seriously?
That'd be freaking great. I honestly,
the craziest shit happens in that place.
and if people have never seen the show and people, oh, he's a bad person or whatever, I'd be the biggest piece of shit in the world. But I believe he was actually exonerated. But Kevin Spacey. But the show House of Cards on Netflix. Watch it.
Oh, yeah, there's an episode, one of the seasons,
Where they're
on
there.
Bohemian Grove.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's correct, yeah.
And essentially what they're doing is their characters, it's not based off the original British version. Their characters are the Clintons. That's exactly
Yeah, right, exactly. They're pretty close to the Clintons. They live in
Yes.
South Carolina instead of Arkansas.
Fantastic show.
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, I know he's a sick, disgusting pedophile, but that was a good show.
That was a great show.
Especially for someone that loves politics. It was a
hell
great
yeah.
show.
For us,
Really
dude,
good
that
show.
shit was great. You know, It's like Homeland. I love Homeland too. But yes, seriously, like
Homeland was good for the first 2 seasons, and then it was...
it had its ups and downs.
okay.
You know? Yeah. It had its ups and downs. The ending was a little
24 was good.
24 is great. I have
24
Hollis
was
on season 5 right
badass.
now. Season 5 or
24 was
season
badass.
6. Yeah. And it's coming back.
And you know what else is really, really good? I mean, amazing. If you watch it now, all these years later, especially seeing what you have seen transpire since his arrival on the scene, is watch the old Donald Trump.
Oh God, yeah.
What's the show called again?
The
The
Apprentice.
Apprentice. Watch
Celebrity
The
Apprentice.
Apprentice
Yep.
shows.
So good.
Because what he's doing now and has been doing all these years, you see all of that, not just the mannerisms, but you see the mindset back then and how smart he was back then. And then you see what he's doing now and you go, holy fuck. It's like, wow. Like,
epic.
it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a
Such a
great
good
show,
show.
too. It's
Yes.
a good show, too.
Such a good show. So definitely
Mm-hmm.
worth the watch. Anyway, all right. It's time. It's already time.
It's time.
Damn. Look at that.
It is time. Holy
It is
cow.
time. See,
Yeah.
I thought just like a minute ago we said we had like 16 minutes left. What the hell happened?
I know.
Like that's how it
I
goes.
know.
So this is the launch episode of the Hour of Rage, and so expect it.
Yes.
I'm gonna look to air it Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's the goal. So
You
then
know what you should do? You should do, well, obviously we'll do the live Thursday
yeah,
and then run it Friday.
yeah,
And then we'll do the live Sunday and run it Monday.
yeah. I
So
think
run
it's
it
a good
like
idea.
4 days.
Yep.
You
Just
know what
give
I
you
mean?
all.
That way we'll get the word out a lot faster if there's more of it happening. Because I noticed that Altman, right, Joe, good guy, know him well. He does reruns, and he's been doing that for a long time. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's part of the strategy. And again,
It is absolutely, and we'll grow pretty quick with that. So
yeah. And if you guys want more of it, you just gotta show your excitement. You showed up on Rumble last week, so
we
you
grow,
grow,
you grow.
Yes,
You grow, we grow. That's how we're doing this.
that's it. So
So
we're
if we
all
go
in.
5 days a week.
Yeah.
Well, then thank you. God bless each and every one of you.
Yeah.
If we stay the same 2 or whatever, well, we'll keep doing it until it grows.
Okay, it is what it is. So I think it's great.
All right, man.
Dude, all right, listen, let me get it up. Hang on.
God bless
Hang on.
the Rage audience out there.
Yes, there it is. Boom. Get the book. Get the book. Get the book.
Yes,
Substack
and thank
scroll.
you. There's been a few of you that have joined the Substack, and I want to thank you so much for that. But please, to the other folks, join the Substack. Again, you'll get a copy of the book, Preserving Liberty. You get a digital copy. And again, if you do the year, it's $49. So that equates to like $4.08 a month, which is less than what they charge monthly on Substack. So like I always say, it's, the only thing missing from this offer is the getaway car, the gun, and the ski mask. I do a show 7 to 10 days in the week. So 7 to 10 shows a week. So sometimes 1, sometimes 3, it just depends. I do this one now twice a week. We do the Full Throttle Thursday show, which is similar to this, although it would have more like 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever, 12 people all at once, just kind of hanging out and shooting the shit and talking politics. It's actually a lot of fun. And then, like I said, you get access to all the old shows, all the huge interviews that I've done throughout my entire career, huge exposés that we broke on the show, and all that stuff is free, so you can browse through it all. But join as a paid member and join, and you'll find that not only do I answer every comment back every single day, but the whole comment crew in there is like a family, and it's cool. You'll see, it's a lot of fun. So Substack again, jbushow.substack.com.
Bottom of the screen, scrolling across for the world to see. So follow,
appreciate it, my man.
Subscribe. Yes, my brother. So as always,
yep,
it's been a
God
pleasure.
Bless.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put up my my Full Throttle right now, and I'll run this one for tomorrow's show. So
awesome.
We'll have
Appreciate
some
you.
good
man.
content coming.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Sounds
man.
good, my brother. I will see you Sunday. We'll talk before
Sunday
then.
night.
Sunday night,
everybody.
Awesome.
God bless.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
Okay.
Rage of Aquarius with your hosts, Dan Smeriglio and Josh Bernstein, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. Download our apps on Android and Apple to never miss a show. Watch at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Roku TV, Fire TV, and Android TV, or visit VOPUSARadio.com.
Oh, it was the perfect opportunity to play the commercial, right? It was just like perfect, synchronicity. Look at that. I'm so professional. So there you have it. Now we're going to start doing this every Thursday night from here on out. So Thursday night, he was here earlier. It was my bad. I didn't look at my phone. So, but Thursday nights, Josh is going to go right from his show Full Throttle and jump on over to POLITI-SHOCK. And then we're going to do the Hour of Rage. And then we're going to re-air it for you and kind of roll like that. So that's our new cadence as far as that goes. And if you want to hear HOLLIS do a new version of the Age of Aquarius and switch it to Rage, go to hollismahady.com and find out how you can support her work. So there you go. Or buymeacoffee.com / what is it? Hollis Mahady? Hollis Mahady. There you go. Or VOP USA Radio. Either or. I mean, whatever. But still, Hollis needs some love too. Damn it. But that was fun. It was fun. And again, because he and I agree on everything. So that's the interesting part. It's rare or seldom that I come across people that I actually agree with everything. There's always one or two things, and those one or two things usually this makes me in turn hate them. So, but I am a little more well, you all know me, and for those who don't, you've learned quickly. I'm just, when have I ever come on the air? come behind this microphone and sat here and told you it's okay that you're weak, it's okay that you're a follower, it's okay that, no, I'm going to scold you for it because you deserve to be. You know, not trying to get you to think like me, getting you to act for yourself and act for your country. That's the difference. You know, your actions can directly affect the state of this nation. All right. It could directly affect the future of this country. That's what you need to understand. You think that, I don't know, well, I have no voice, I'm not powerful, I can't beat this, I can't beat that. You could topple anything. You could overcome any adversity if you're willing to fight for it. But fighting starts with using your voice and using your heart. You have to. We're an educated crew here, not us, meaning all of you, the loyals. And I appreciate that more than you know. But you also know that I'm not the cheerleader for the weak. You know, I can sit here and say things, well, what have you done? I could tell you a list of what I've done. What have you done? You know, it's not me, it's you. You know, point the finger. No, point the finger inward. Because you have to ask yourself, have I gone beyond the keyboard? Have I gone beyond whatever? Have I actually done something to force change, to fight for change? That's the question. So this is a time where you can't just afford to be keyboard warriors. You can't just afford to make those calls. You have to get active. You have to put the fear of people waking up. You know, the photographer we met today, she was talking about how, you know, she claimed that she's not really political, but she knows that her and others who have been censored, and she's a photographer, an artist, a creative, you know, and she's like, more and more people are aligned than even she expected with, people see something's wrong, and we know that something needs to be done about it. And you see how we bridge that gap here at the network? Because again, it's a network for everything. Inevitably, we're going to bring you, I'll wait to talk about that until Hollis is here, but inevitably we want to bring you a whole network just like Netflix, right? But give you content across all genres. Have people of all genres exposed. You know, out there, putting on original contents, hosting live shows, doing whatever it is that they do. But the symbiotic relationship between somebody like me, who's like the dirty, bad secret of it all, because I'm a little blunt, you know, and all of them, is the fact that we have something in common. We're nonconformists. We're sick and tired of being told, yes, we could say this. Yes, we can't say that. Or no, we can't say that. What, I can't even speak. But you get my gist here. We're tired of being told our art doesn't count. Our ambitions, they don't matter. Our thoughts and fears and concerns, they're irrelevant. You spoke out of school, we're going to shut you down online on social media. See, we have this in common. It's just like when I held the rallies in 2006, all those years. Well, how come you had liberals and you had, you know, these socialist people and you had all these other people show up at your rallies and they weren't fighting with each other? Because even though I could despise 90% of them, we found something that we stood together with, stood together on. At that time, it was illegal immigration. Then it was the Kids for Cash. It was, you know, the trafficking of children and everything else, and selling convictions and all that good stuff. When you find that common denominator, you start to relight the flame of empathy, the flame of passion, caring, concern. You relight something in somebody who's probably felt dead inside for so long because the world at large does so much to make you feel that way, to control your emotions, to make you feel less than. And here we go. Now it's going to be motivational speaker Dan going on. But you have to understand, like, hell, you know, we're in an interesting time right now, Hollis and myself, and it's been a hard time, but we feel better than ever because of what we're doing, right? The reason why I bring that up is because when they come for you the most is when you're the closest to achieving what you always should have been. You, yourself, your spark, your light, your energy, whatever it is inside of you that you want to share with the world, or you feel is your gift to share with the world and bring to the world, that is what they want to take away from you. They want you to feel beholden. They want you to feel like you're constantly chasing something else, so you never run towards yourself. Instead of running away from you, run towards you. Make sense? So I've seen this. HOLLIS sees this. Others see this. And we may not have people that I'm a Trump supporting conservative on our network, but they're also not a radical libtard hates America person. They're just somebody who's an artist. They're just somebody who's a photographer. They're just somebody who's whatever it may be. But there's something in common. They don't like the thread, the shackles of being owned and the thread of consciousness being woven, that we need to come together to do something about it and show that we're not going to back down in their face. We're going to stand up and we're going to unite and we're going to find ways to get organized in a different fashion, put out the art, the content, the stuff that we're meant to do in spite of all they do to stop it. And we're going to move forward. And we're going to kick them square in the nuts every single day. You see, that's the spirit, that's the fire, and that's the energy that people in this country need to, in some cases, find again. Or in other cases, realize that you have it. Even if, and believe me, I'm not the most, overly joyful person with some, because I hate a lot of people. Hatred isn't good, but damn it, when you deserve to be hated, I'm going to hate you. But even if I think that you're insane or you're this or you're that, whatever, if you come to me and you say that I see there's a problem and I want to do something, I want to be bigger than this that divides us, you'll have my respect. There'll be a home for you here. Your voice won't be silenced or stifled, because too many do that. And let's face it, ideally, sure, it sounds great. I want a conservative-only network. Absolutely. Some of the biggest problems in our country right now happen to be so-called conservatives that are doing jack shit to help our president, that are destroying so many things in this country. The other side, we know what they are. So, no, I don't want a 1,000% conservative only. I want people who have a mind and have a heart and have something to offer and are at least willing to take the chance to get their voice out there, to put themselves out there and fight for what they're meant to do. Fight to be something more than controlled or owned or indentured or whatever you want to call it. That's what this is. And that's what this country needs, is what the world needs. Because the plan has been in effect for a very long time. But more and more people are seeing it. You may not realize it, but it's true. Because you only know their name if they have an R or an E next to it. You only know their name if they're on Fox News or War Room or any of these other shitholes. You only know their name if. Well, how about the ones whose names you don't know? All right. People know my name, poor bastards. But I'm no one. I'm a nothing. Right? I'm just a regular person. But I have 20 years of work to show about what I've done and what I've fought for. Okay? That's not because I'm so wonderful. It's because I saw a problem and I tried to create a solution or fight for a solution and unveiled and took down bad things along the way and fight for those who need a fighter. And that's how HOLLIS is. And there's other ones out there like that. Does it make us better than you? Does it make us, it's not propping us up on some type of throne where we can sit there and we can condemn and judge. I will judge you for your naivety, for your stupidity, for your weakness, for your frailty, for your servitude. I will judge you for that. Yes, I will. And I will condemn you for it because you deserve it. Call it tough love. Maybe leave off the love part because you need to hear it. I say this because it goes to show you that I was just some nobody in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, wrote a letter to the editor and was persistent. And did we save the world? No, but we saved some lives and we took down bad people. And 20 years later, I'm still here. And they haven't made it easy because you're over the target, right? My point is you can all do that too. You're not shackled to this world of just followers and algorithms. You're not shackled to being a part of some exclusive club on the right or the left. The regular people who you don't know, who are not household names, are light years more interesting than every single one that is a household name, and more important and potentially more impactful. That's just a God's honest truth. And we, the regular people, outnumber the entirety, 1,000,000,001. And that's important to know. And that's important to hear. But most important, you need to feel it. You need to understand, this is my, I guess, this is my woven thread through the whole show tonight. As you know, I don't plan what I start off with. I just talk into a microphone, right? But it all goes back to finding what they have taken from you. Finding what it is that brings you joy, brings you a feeling of self-worth. Realizing how they've divided you, how they've separated you. But have they separated you right versus left? Have they separated you Christian, Jew, Muslim? Have they separated? The answer is yes. They've separated you in every possible way because it was the lowest hanging fruit. And they've done it for centuries. When you can divide a populace, that populace will never unite. That's how they control you. They use religion. They use gender. They use sexuality. They use politics. They use all these things to pull you away and pull you apart. Because the goal has always been the destruction of the fabric of this country and the world order, meaning a Christian world, meaning a world of people doing good unto others rather than evil unto others, and at least having that common tie that binds, so to speak. Most importantly, they've pulled you away from yourself. They've made you wholly dependent on the dopamine hit of, I got a follower, I got a retweet, I got a subscriber, I got this, I got that. And some are guilty of sin, know it, blindly follow along, or perpetrate it. But a majority, they have no idea. We're all rats in a cage, right? It's true. So what happens when the prisoner or the subject of the experiments of the evil that never gave their blessing or gave their consent becomes pushed to the point of no return? And it's fight or flight through and through. But you're fighting for you. You're fighting for yourself. You're fighting for your loved ones. You're fighting for what feels right versus what feels wrong every single day. You're fighting for something. Fighting to recharge what's inside of you, what was given to you. Free will, a voice, a mind. So they make you solely and wholly dependent on the social media shit. They make you wholly dependent on, I'm defined by the numbers of followers. Yeah, we had 8 million people. I'm not doing this for a hypocrisy moment here. We had 8 million people 2 weeks ago. Do you hear me talk about it constantly and consistently? No. Sometimes I have to say 64 million people, 64 million people. The numbers mean absolutely nothing. And anybody who knows me knows better. You know, I had a rally once with 100 people. The week before I had 30,000. The week after I had 22,000. And then one in between was 100 people. And they laughed and said it's a failure. No, it was a success because even one person, oh, that's what everybody says. No, but I actually mean it. You need to meet it. Be an audience of one. All right? Find yourself. Find your strength. Find your resolve. Find your breaking point. Fix it and get past. We need to hate those. We need to have a righteous hatred, not forgiveness. I'm sorry. I don't preach forgiveness. I never have and I never will. That's just me. Again, I love God and God will sort them out when all is said and done. My job is to call out and hate evil because evil hides in the daylight, in plain sight. And they're wearing a thinly veiled mask. Pull that mask off. Expose it. And that's why we've been talking about the grifters and the fakes and everything else, and how they use people, manipulate people, right? They need to be exposed and taken down as well because of what they're doing to people. How they're manipulating people. The mask that so many people in this country wear, good people in the world, that may agree with one thing I say and hate 1,000. But they subscribe to the thought, the fact, the feeling that I have a voice, I could use it. I have an art, a talent, I should display it or utilize it for the world, right? Put it out there. And they realize that we have that in common. That's a start. That's a spark. Light the fuse. I'm a very polarizing figure, as I was told. But maybe it takes somebody who is polarizing to call out the hypocrisy of those who are allegedly the uniters, while all they do is separate you from God, separate you from family, separate you from love, separate you from compassion, separate you from compassion, from empathy, from feeling, from something more. They call me polarizing because I say harsh things. I say blunt things. I say brutally honest things. But did you see what I said there at the end? You may not like my delivery or my cadence from time to time. I'm aware of that. And no, this isn't some pre-orchestrated thing. The truth is, I know my passion, I know my heart, I know what I care about. So when I speak of it, I'll speak a certain way. Not because I'm doing it for a camera, I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it to meet your expectations. Joe and his crew were still here even when I didn't curse for 3 weeks, 3 months or 2 months, whatever it was, when I was, just announced a campaign and I was trying to be good. It's not about trying, it's about passion. But at the same time, my cadence and my words and the way I do things, I don't recommend anybody do that. But I recommend one thing, speak from the heart. Put feeling and passion behind what you say and what you do. So back to what I was alluding to here. They call me polarizing, like I said, because I tell brutal truths. And the reason why I've never been sued, the reason why I could lay my head down and sleep an hour and a half a night is because integrity is key. I've always told the truth. And the truth tellers will be the most hated, right? The most revered and the most despised. Luckily for you, I don't seek to be loved or hated. I'm using my voice and using my mind and using my heart. And my best friend, my wife, has used all her heart and her passion and her talents to bring something forward to the world where you see so many problems, not just a problem, so many problems, to try to create not an illusion, a solution. And that's what we've done with this network. Because it all comes back to empowering you and helping lead you to the point where you find yourself again. Not the indoctrination, not the BS and the propaganda and the narratives and everything else. Finding your way back to you, back to your core, back to what makes you unique. I've defended people who were freaking Democrats and everything. You know what? If they were having wrong done to them, I'm going to fight for them. Not because I have to, because I have white knight syndrome or some other crap like that. No, right is right, wrong is wrong. Wrong, evil deserves to be confronted and contended. fight. You have to fight. So yeah. And those who call me polarizing, they've never actually listened to more than maybe a single rant of mine, or a minute of a rant of mine, or 5 minutes of me, or have never seen me at all, but it's easy to say and pile on. And that's cool. I don't care. Luckily, I don't care about their feelings or what they think of me. But I just explained to you what drives me, what's at my core, and more importantly, what's at the core of this network, the core of HOLLIS. I don't want to speak for her, but this is what drives us. So you call that polarizing? Wanting to give a stage and a platform and a voice and a way to be heard, seen, interacted with, engaged, feel a part of something versus chasing something? Is that polarizing? Me calling scum sometimes effing scum? You know? Me calling Kamala Harris a C word? Very deserved, by the way. Is that polarizing or is that offensive? Because truth is offensive. Sometimes they don't like the way you say things, but they can't deny what you're actually saying. So it's easier to demonize and hate and label you as something because they want to run from what you actually said, because there might be merit there. There might be truth there. But all that is irrelevant, because I guess wasn't intended. It falls into the title of the show, The State of Our Union. See what I did there? I was witty. I was witty at 3 a.m. when I put that out. 2 a.m., whatever the hell it was. The state of our union is strong because we bleed across so many different walks of life. So many different countries tune into this network, tune into this show. And I'm grateful for it. And by now they know me enough, or you know me enough, or you'll get to know me enough to know that, you know, I'm not a hand holder. I'm not an ass kisser. I'm not one of those types of people. I'm something different. But again, it's not about me. We built something different, because those who are called different, they think there's something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you at all. You used your voice, you got suspended, now you think the world's over. No, it's just beginning for you. Again, over the target. So this, from this polarizing figure, if you will, this is my plea, my olive branch, if you will, to the rest of you out there. To the ones watching who aren't a fan or a supporter. I don't care. I don't need fans. I don't need followers. As I always say, my longtime audience should know I don't have followers. I have leaders. But it's true. I'm not here giving you a rule book or a guidebook or telling you how we should do this or how we should do that. It's important at times, but I want you to feel inspired to do something of your own accord. To do something because you feel in your heart that it's right. That's the biggest thing. And there's enough of you out there where you need to be kind of kicked in the ass a little bit, to be reminded, as HOLLIS says all the time, to remember who you are. For better or for worse, you have to wake up. You have to use the gifts that God has given you, and you have to fight back. You have to step up, and you can do it. Why am I pontificating so much? I have no idea. But it's something, again, that I'm passionate about. And I'm also sending an email right now while I'm talking to you, pretending to look at the camera when I can't even see me, which is a blessing. Okay? Literally, people. It's about what moves you, what inspires you, or what, what's the thing that's kind of like pressing on your mind or pressing on your soul or pressing on your heart, whatever it is. And this is what I was pulled to tonight. So yeah, I'm angry. I just sent it. Sorry, I forgot to send Hollis the link to join the show. That makes me a super schmuck. But I just did it. See that? In all seriousness, I feel as if we still have enough fighters out there. We still have enough people that care and are passionate. What I'm saying is, don't be so single-minded. Think big. Think outside the box. Believe that you could do whatever the hell you want to do. Believe you have the power to do it. Instead of feeling powerless. I guess that's what this all really comes down to. So as I was saying, yes, I'm angry. Yes, some things are pissing me off. And I address them. And I mocked who needed to be mocked. I call out those who need to be called out. But at the end of the day, this is who and what I am. And this is who and what this network is. It's for and about empowerment. And no, this hasn't just been one long commercial for the network. Although, I'm kidding. This is for people who care enough to do more than just talk amongst friends. To do more than just tweet your musings to the world. This is a call for all of you to find your inner strength. Realize that nothing changes until we change it. I've said this before how many times? Less than 1,000 people in Washington, D.C. rule our lives. And they work for us. The president knows this. The president doesn't even take a salary. The president has lost and sacrificed and gone through hell. I get what he's tried to deliver. What he's tried to deliver, to the world. Because that's been my message for 20 years now. We could do so much more if we find the innate ability inside all of us to push back, fight back, be smart, organize, do more. Be bolder than the anticipated nasty tweets. Be bolder than the anticipated whatever campaigns they're thought of this week as a way to, falsely get people empowered. No, empower yourself. By empowering yourself, you'll empower others, period. And that's all I have to say about that. Again, I don't plan any of this stuff. That was probably just boring as hell radio for you. But it's on my mind. And I felt like it needed to be said. So there. So, I'm pretty sure it's time for POLITI-SHOCK. For Aftershock now. Like I said, I was late sending the link. I'm bad. Sent out everything else. I forgot to send her the link to join the show from the back of the house. Because sitting in the same room, a little echoey. So, HOLLIS is forthcoming. In the meantime, if you would be so kind as to share this show, if you would be so kind, if you can, make a one-time donation. Sign up for a membership on buymeacoffee.com/VOP USA Radio. We're doing tiers there, and we have special things for certain tiers. The highest package is $20 a month. You pay annual and save money. One time, all that good stuff. Just know that every one of your dollars that we do raise, as minimum as it may be, we appreciate and value and don't just scoff at. It was an honor when Joe donated to my Senate campaign, donated to the network out of the blue, and then signs up on Buy Me Coffee. And that means so much to me because great people that I respect, that I met through doing this, believe and see what you're doing and actually want to support it, because every dollar and cent raised here literally goes to just expansion, building to give you more. We grow, you grow. The content grows. Bottom line. So again, I can't say it enough. I'm super grateful for our friend Joe in the chat room there. Maga Dirtbiker 1968, if you are looking. Grateful for my father, who signed up as well. Again, he's the one that told me about buymeacoffee.com. I checked it out and vetted it. It's actually pretty damn cool. And Joe, you sent a video after you made the donation. I'm like, that was so cool. I haven't figured out how to respond yet, but I will get there. No, we got to actually talk, you know? But like literally everyone who continues to show up and support and share means everything to us. I don't say that to be an ass kiss. I say that because it's true. We're going to go on either way, but it helps with your help. So again, share the website, VOPUSAradio.com. Share the link or scan the little QR code right there. Could also throw it up there on the screen if you so desire, if that's your thing. If that's your thing. It's right there in the top corner. I don't know where the hell it is for all of you. I think it's top right corner for your, top left for me. I could be completely wrong. But remember, leave this behind and stop being deceived by grifters and join the VOP posse. And you could do that by going here, right there, scan it. Or you see on the bottom of the screen right now, buymeacoffee.com/VOPUSA radio. That's how you could support the work that we do. And I hope, and I didn't have to, it wasn't some sales pitch. The reason why I was going into everything I went into, it's because, like I said, it was on my mind. It was a very illuminating day for me. And no, I have not joined the Illuminati. It was illuminating because I've never had my heart feel so happy. All right, that's a lie. The day I met her, the day she said yes. For those who know, you don't know. If you don't know, it was a hot air balloon over Sedona. And the day I got to make my best friend my wife. But today was so inspiring, and the journey is amazing. And HOLLIS is notoriously guilty for underselling herself, underselling her fight, her commitment, what she's gone through. And it's my job to be loud and proud, because I've never been more proud of somebody in my life. I never believed in somebody more in my entire life. And, you know, God blessed me with an angel. My God, this is fucking embarrassing. This is like the first time I've ever gotten emotional. I mean, you see me get up. I'm literally like, oof. These aren't Alex Jones tear ups here. Sorry. Congratulations, HOLLIS. It's the first time in 20 years that that's ever happened to me. Wow. That'll be one of those moments where you cut to commercial. Sorry. Not sorry. Holy shit. As I was saying, I've never been more proud of somebody than I am my wife. Again, her commitment to just building something bigger and better and giving people something more and bringing people together. She never asked for any of this, but she jumped right in, and it's not easy. And she sacrificed at this point over 2 years of her life to build this off the backs of what we had built together. But the most important thing happened, and it's like, you know, it's up now. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done, and we still need people to help and get involved and offer to do things. Yes, you know, we need it. But she's finally taken the time to finish the story and reclaim what's rightfully hers. You know, and
watching Hollis. Her album's done already. She's launched a record company. And today, just her doing the photo shoot and getting ready for the EPs and the singles and everything else. Inevitably, like the end of the year, maybe next year, who knows? Releasing the album on her own record label after surviving the hell of Hollywood and surviving the hell and all that bullshit. And she never doubted herself. But after so many years of being in it, it's hard. And I'm going to out her. I'm not even going to put her on the air yet. I'm going to out her beforehand because I don't care. You know, seeing her today do the photo shoot and just so happy. And then, yes, when we left, seeing her cry in the car, not out of sadness, out of Hollis seeing herself. Finally, I think she knows, like I know, and we always talk about, and again, this is talk therapy, so we air everything here. But finally seeing it all come full circle. All that she's worked for, it wasn't thrown away. It wasn't for nothing. It was to bring her, to bring us, to bring all of this to where it is right now. And it's just begun, as crazy as that sounds. And the music is great. The album is great. The creative mind is amazing. The talent is second to none. But, you know, just watching her, just so radiant and beautiful. And yeah, I'm biased, but I know an angel when I knew that the day I met her. But I don't have kids. But I am so proud of Hollis and just what she's done and how it's today was a launch point. I gotta stop, but I had to say this all before she comes on because I just had to. I didn't mean to get emotional, but I can't help it sometimes because that's true love. But to see her love and her commitment and her dedication and her fight and all that she's had to endure kind of come all back today, like into that, not consuming anymore, like letting it all go, the bad, but taking from the bad and becoming stronger, not weaker, stronger. And it's so cool. It's so cool to see. It's how I feel about this network. It's how I feel about what she has built, which is, again, this network, her music, just what she's going to bring. And that's it. I don't care. I love her. I love her so much. And it's just really cool to see. And you're in for so many treats, people. She's already recorded one episode. I hope she's not mad at me for not putting her on yet. She's doing more episodes. She's going to air them, and then she's going to start going live. So you're going to have your chance to interact with Hollis and, you know, and pick her brain and all. She's such an awesome person, and you get to see it on Aftershock. You get to see it, but you don't see. It's like the tip of the iceberg, but such a freaking cool person. And, you know, it's so cool to see that beauty, like more radiant than ever. Today was just such a monumental thing. And I have no idea if what I'm saying is making sense, but it makes sense to me. So that's why I'm saying it. And I'm so proud of her. Let that lioness roar. Thank you, Charlene. It's so true. And it's so true. It's been a really freaking cool day. So because of all of that, because of all of that, I felt a certain kind of way today. And, you know, and meeting the photographer who was really cool and having the conversations we had. And I think that's what took me down this path. And whatever. Not every show is going to be me yelling and screaming. You know what we do here. But it's just a really cool day. Even if times aren't perfect on one aspect, it's better than it ever was before. And seeing the person you love and care about the most, she never lost herself, but really reclaim her own power. It's so much more powerful than it was before. And now to share it with the world, it's so cool. So, all right. I don't know if I should play a video and then bring Hollis on. We'll do that. I'm gonna play a video. Steve Stern, our friend of the network, he's hosting his event at we're gonna air it live on the network on Monday, starting at 9 a.m. It's gonna go until about 3 or 4 from Trump International, and we were there last year. We were honored to be there and broadcast it live, and Hollis got to sing God Bless America at Trump International. So I want to play it's only 1 minute 35 seconds. And you know what? Maybe I'll play the road trip. It's only like 1 minute and 14, and then Hollis singing, and then I'll bring Hollis on. So there. That's how I'm going to do it. So in honor of Steve Stern, and we're supporting him, and we're going to be broadcasting his event. Wish we could be there, obviously, but hey, this didn't work out this year. That's why there's next year. But here's a little flashback for you all, and then after these 2 videos, Hollis will be joining us for Aftershock. So there you go. Share, do what you need to do. We'll be right back.
Driving our journey from northern Maine. Oh my gosh.
Nations they're red, white, and blue.
Speaking right now.
Washington.
Living us into
I'm to the story of the Thomas
Screwed over.
Nobody talks about me.
Susan, you're fired.
But I'm the first of primary right now.
freedom call.
Howard, that's not the only place, obviously, because it's in the fight for me. Fight.
American life. Your truth doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. No retreat, no healing.
That's so exciting.
Your truth doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. Stand strong when you
Vote for Dad. We've got on our side.
against the tide, we take a stand. The bull elites, scourge of the land.
This is Dan and my beautiful bride, my wife, my best friend, my partner, the co-owner, who's also a freaking literal rock star and has toured the freaking world. She is singing today at Trump International Golf Course in front of a bunch of interesting people. But she's singing God Bless America, and I'm so proud of her. I'm looking forward to that more than anything else here, to be honest with you.
Like I said,
Yes.
who would have thought,
Yes.
never give up, keep going, and anything's possible. So today I'll be singing at Trump International Golf Course in front of a lot of people. God bless America.
We're the rebels.
True Patriots, Voice of the People, USA Radio Network and TV Network. Never give up, ever. Bless America.
And just like that, you say her name and she appears. And you can watch the full 30-day tour guide, diary, if you will, on the VOPOCradio.com on our network. You see all the videos, you see her full performance. And I loved it. And everybody was singing and cheering. And it was like, I was like, remember, all right, full disclosure, I was sick as hell that day. It came out of nowhere. I was so sick. And it was so bad. It was so bad. And I felt like, and we're broadcasting live to the whole world, and nothing was going to have me miss Hollis. And I come running out through the crowd. I was like a kid on Christmas morning. Like I was so freaking proud and excited. And it was like, it was such an awesome, glorious day, but it was hot and we were fasting for a very long time and, doing all that. But it was like seeing her perform up there was so cool, and everybody singing along and cheering. It was like, it was so powerful. So Hollis, hi, I committed the cardinal sin. I showed emotion on POLITI-SHOCK of the other kind. I'm sorry. And I made you sit backstage and watch it all. So hi.
Hey, thank you for that introduction, Daniel. I appreciate it.
Well,
thank you.
is your microphone working?
Can you hear me or no? Wait, hold
I
on.
mean, I hear you, but it sounds a little echoey. I don't think the mic is actually. You're coming through either way.
Hold on 1 second.
This
Can you
is.
hear me?
I mean, I hear you. Yes, I just don't hear you through the mic directly. See, people,
You
we
better now?
no.
That's worse?
Mm.
Okay, I'm going back.
Okay, go back. It works when we do it all the other time.
What
Go
about
ahead.
now? What about now?
No, you sound exactly the same. But
Okay.
is it on mute by chance?
Hello?
The mic?
Hello? Hello?
No, you're the same.
Hello?
People could hear you, so it's all good. It's just we're not hearing you through the mic. We're hearing you through your computer.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, you're fine. You're good. It's still okay. So,
Let me just, okay. Audio. Wait, hold on 1 second.
see, this is what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. We adjust in real time.
Is that better or no?
Yes, there you are.
Okay, good. Better?
Yes, you're
Okay,
good
good.
now.
Better? Okay. Still good?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So,
Wow. Look, hi. Hi, Dan. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. It's been an emotional day, but a good day. And it's funny you played the Trump. I can't believe that was a year ago. Time goes so fast. I laughed when I saw real quick in that clip was when our shower was leaking in the hotel.
yes, we and my dad.
two hotel rooms or three. Like we were in the same hotel for maybe 3 or 4 days, and every day, all of a sudden, the bathroom just started pouring water, and we had to move to another room, and then it like happened there again. Remember?
Yes.
And then it was like all mold. Like I don't know if it was moldy, but like the carpet was all wet.
It was bad.
Yeah, that sucked.
It was bad. And then my dad made an appearance in it, which was cool. So
Oh yeah, with the corned beef.
yes. So you got to see dad in there. And ladies and gentlemen, you will hear him. He has agreed. He verbally agreed that he's going to call in when I open up the phone line. So I'm going to hold him to that. And he's probably listening right now. Sorry, I cursed a lot in the beginning, but oh, excuse me. So here, Hollis, so you can see. That's from Charlene. I'm so proud of her. Let that lioness roar.
Aw, thank you, Charlene. Thank
Someone who knows
you.
it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. Yes.
Definitely.
And there you go. She knows.
Aw, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I love you. Even though we've never met, but hopefully we will meet.
Yes. But
I think we will meet someday. Yeah.
it's a big day. And again, that's why.
How's
You
the
know-
lighting in here? The real time. Let me just shift the light real quick. I feel like it's really bright. Hold on. I have
No.
shiny cheeks.
She had her makeup professionally done today.
I sure did. That's why I was like, "Ooh, I'm going on the radio." I wish I could have a professional makeup artist with me all the time. It's so cool. It's so fun.
She doesn't even need the makeup, but whatever. She got to feel gussied up. If you want, move your camera over a little because your H is cut off in the background. I'm just
okay.
saying. There it is. Well, there you go.
Can you see it? Okay.
That's good. So Joe says, Hollis, good evening.
Hello, Joe. Hello.
And
Good
he said,
evening.
lighting looks good.
Lighting
There
looks
you go.
okay.
Boom. Real time, baby. Real time. But
Well, we have a green screen. It's funny because it goes on the back of our
God.
chair. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Our green screen goes on the back of the chair, but now I'm in my room, and
Your room.
I have 2 bookshelves, and the green screen won't fit behind it. But when you have the green screen up, then you could put like a cool background or something. But you can't really see it. But we're working on all this stuff. It's gonna get better and better. But we're getting there. At least now we're in separate rooms.
yeah.
Yes.
And that's a step in the right direction.
Yes.
Who knows? After today, maybe we'll get lucky and find a new base of operations, God willing. Because we saw an awesome space today. We met a really cool photographer. She was awesome. And
Yeah.
it was those conversations and the emotions of everything that happened today that I think really, I don't know why the hell I started off the show and just kind of continued down that path like I did, but You know,
Aw.
it's true, but you inspired it because I'm tired of people always saying, well, there's nothing we could do or we're powerless or anything else. Bullshit. And that's why your story translates to everybody's story. Everybody has that thing in their life where it's like you have more power than you know and you don't give yourself credit for it. And yes, I want to hate on people who say that, but I'm cognizant enough to realize that a lot of people have been made and programmed to feel that way. So yes, my heart goes out to them, you know, but you just want people to get a good boot in the ass, you know?
Well, definitely. And I think that's something, you know, some people, I mean, obviously not everybody learns it, but you learn along the way. You know, I always kind of apply that concept back to doctors. You know, I mean, there are some really good doctors, obviously, but a lot of times, even with, you know, mental health and all that, it's like you run to someone else for the answers always. I use health as an example because it translates to other areas, but health is an example that, you know, if you're kind of in tune with your body and you know yourself, you know if something's wrong, but like you run to a doctor and we give all of them power to diagnose us with anything, you know, and it might not be, a lot of times it's not what it is. And then you end up on drugs like Dan did with like loads of side effects and you don't know what's what. My point is saying like, we're always, doctors is an example, maybe it's not the best example, but we're always looking for someone else to fix us. And in some cases you really might need that, you know what I mean, for a doctor, like God forbid you have something really you can't cure. But in a lot of ways, we've always had the power within us, but we get disconnected from ourselves through the course of life. You know, like we forget who we are, as you were saying earlier. We forget who we are and we become disconnected, and we're always looking for other people for the answers. And that was bringing it back to music, which I always do, but for so long, that was my journey in life and music was always like, well, what do you think? What do you think? Oh, you think that's good? Or you think I should sing that? Or everyone was always telling me what I should do or their ideas, what I should sing. And I was always like, I never trusted myself. It was like, oh, I guess they know better. I guess they know better. And what I did the example of the doctor, he must know better. And a lot of times that's what gets us into, you know, darker, deeper situations. That's not the right word, but like, you know, with medical, you know, even with depression and stuff, it might just be seasonal depression. It might just be circumstantial depression. A lot of times it is that, you know, and people just jump, and it's not people's fault always, but sometimes it is, because it's like, we want the easy way out. We want like just the quick escape. Okay, let me go to a doctor. He'll write me a prescription, give me a pill. It's going to fix everything. It's not. Usually it's not. And you could have some pretty bad side effects, you know? So I think the hardest thing to do is to look at yourself, and we're all messed up. Everybody's broken and damaged along the way. You know, it's Earth. Like everybody gets messed up. But we are so quick to give our power away and say, no, you fix me. You fix me. It comes by being lazy. It also comes by, I think, being conditioned. Like, again, the doctor knows better. The record producer knows better. The priest knows better. The whatever knows better than you. And we don't trust ourselves enough. And we don't think we have power, you know, or government officials. Oh, the president, obviously, but everyone else, they know better. My elected officials will do it. And you take a power away from the people. What about your voice? What about, you know, your input into yourself? But we just forget about ourselves. You know, we go through our whole lives, not everybody, I'm just saying in general, like you kind of just, even with your body, I think it's amazing sometimes, like we don't even know our organs in our body. I mean, besides the obvious ones like your heart, lungs and all that, but sometimes it's like, you know, I see people spend more money on their car than they even care about taking care of their body, which is literally our vehicle, you know? So I don't know, I kind of get off on that little tangent right away. But the point of bringing back to your point is we do have a lot of power, and on top and the whole society, it conditions us to forget and to doubt ourselves and to not trust ourselves. But that's why it's so important. If you could connect back and have time with yourself, again, it's made very difficult. We're always hustling, bustling, trying to scrape by, or, you know, always distracted from ourselves. And if you could have the time to connect with yourself, a lot of times you could figure out the answers to the problems. But it's not easy. I'm not saying I have all the advice. It took me like freaking 20 years, and I'm still not at all totally. But I think today was that, like what Dan was saying earlier before I came on, the culmination of all those years of finally being like, it took a long, long time, but to say, I know myself better. I know, I'm not looking to everyone else to tell me who I am or what to do or what I have to do and all that kind of stuff. Does that make sense?
Yes. What you're saying is everybody is so quick
Yep.
to run outward instead of looking inward.
And that's what Charlene just said in the comment there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's true.
So true. And that's like what we always talk about, right? Like free thinkers, free expression. That's who they don't like. That's why we're all gathered here, and the like-minded individuals who do think outside the box, and they do have free thought, and they question things. How many people didn't question the vaccine? Like, oh, well, I'll just go. Yeah, my doctor said to get it. Most people who questioned it are the ones like us. Like, okay, and some still got it, whatever. But some were like, and just like I knew right away, but some people like didn't ask any questions. Wait, just because the doctor says it's right, and looked at everyone just ran, But I had a background in holistic health, and I was always into natural health and healing and all that stuff, like a decade prior to that. So when the vaccine came out, it was like, wait a minute, no, because I knew some stuff. But again, that's a prime example of everyone just runs to it, to not even ask a question. Wait, what are the side effects? Like, do you sure I need this? No one questioned. And the free thinkers are the ones who did, and we're the targets because, again, they're threatened by people who aren't just going to go along with the crowd. And it's the smaller majority who can make a change if they keep fighting, but they make it damn hard, as we all know.
Yeah, no, and I think that's perfectly stated. And I think that was the overarching theme of everything I was saying tonight, is because, I'm pissed, and and I'm pissed because I saw such a cool thing happen today, and we had such good conversations today, and something like spiritual, kind of like, so important happened. And then we come back home, and it's like, we love where we live. So we're happy here. But then I go online for literally like 5 or 6 minutes before I came on the show, and I see the same old crap, the same old tired crap people. And it's just, God, man, it's like, people, again, we've had this conversation before. People expect or anticipate me being this guy who's going to like yell at them and rant on them if they meet me in person. Like, I'm just go crazy all the time or whatever. It's like, no, we're actually intellectual people, and we actually think, and we talk, and we look into shit, and we, it is what it is. But I'm not going to make excuses for being emotional or being passionate. At the same time, I'm also not going to make excuses for the weak people who keep doing the same damn thing over and over again, expecting a different result. As I've said so many times, we know what that is. And it's just, it pisses me off. And yeah, people, I mean, of course, yeah, call, write, do all that wonderful stuff. Great. But we've been doing this forever. And it's just like, I want people I want people to think bigger than that. They should be bringing people to action. They should bring, not just enact you should act others by being strong yourself and holding people accountable and pushing back against everything that drags us down and confines us and enslaves us and, holds us captive, essentially. Get it?
Yeah. And for you, Dan, I mean, I've only been doing this with you for like 2 years, but you've been in this for like 20 years, and to see that, I mean, there maybe are some, but it's always the small minority. So it must be just, I'm sick of it. So I can't even imagine, it's hard, it's really hard to keep going. I mean, and people in the chat room like Charlene and Joe and Jason and everybody and your dad, you guys are the ones that keep us going. Like we fight for the minority because we know we're strong, but I know what you mean. I hate X. It's probably my least favorite of all of them, but I can't stand anyone. TikTok, I have a fun account. So I go on there and just do laughter and fun things. But X, like I can't stand it. Like, ugh, you put all this work in and then all your followers go down. It's just like this whole thing you're right. It's just sickening. And I think you can't stand it even more because you're growing even. You can't tolerate it as much when you're evolving more. The kind of those people just fall off the radar, I guess. I mean, they're still there. And unfortunately, it's like, there's always more sheep than wolves, right? Or lions. There's only a few lions. Sheep are easier to be. A lion's not easy to be,
So true. And I think that's the biggest thing. It's like, it's just, I don't know. And that's the thing, like people that have been in the fight for a while and everything else, and they're whatever. But again, in tune with this stuff for over 30 years, in this fight for 20 years, and it's like, God, you start to see the patterns and cycles, and it's like, listen, we could say the same damn thing and do the same damn thing over and over and over again, and you're gonna feel high one moment and feel like, oh, look at we took the power back, and then you're gonna pull it out from underneath you because it's a game. It's a shell game. And and that's the big thing, that people just don't, either they get it and don't want to believe it, or they get it, think that they're immune to it while they're being played by it. And I just want people, it's like, no, I don't have the answers, but damn it, show force, match that evil energy with an energy of positivity.
Good. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what I've always said from the beginning of what we're doing, because listen, it's not healthy, and it's just for us to be building against it. No, it's like create what we don't have, right? We never had a place where, there's an alternative, or a place that's not run by a billionaire, not run by someone who's part of it. I don't think there is anything, because one, it's ridiculously expensive. So most people who do it are millionaires, billionaires. You see why we have the bottom of the barrel stuff. I mean, we have as best as we could do, and we put a lot of money of our own into that, but that's just like that's nothing compared to what's out there. We know that, but we have something special. I'm not trying to, what's the word negative of what we have, because I'm proud of everything. My point is saying everything we put in is just like, like a drip or little percentage for what's out there. But what do they all have in common? They're they're run by people who are billionaires, or who are part of it. All of it. Every influence you see. I guess I can't say everyone, because I don't have statistics or facts in front of me, but like, come on, like 98%, you can't get to that certain level without the big funds and the money. And so like, there is literally, I don't think there's anything, at least we know of, maybe there is, but we won't hear of them. Why? Because they don't have money to advertise. But there's not a lot of people who are literally for the people, by the people. And that's what we keep trying to put out there. And it's just going to be one of those, what is it called? A slow burn? Like slow, whatever. We're burning slow, but it's brighter light than it was when you just started this. So, it's just, we created an alternative because we needed it. We wanted a home for it, a place where real people who are real, real people who are real could go into, I'm talking real people. Like, and again, I always, everyone's probably sick of it. So I hate always having to talk about money, but it's a class divide. It's just like, there's people at the very top, and then there's people in the bottom, so it's like, where are those platforms made by those people? Again, what we're doing is almost impossible. There's hardly any of them out there, because I don't think anyone would commit like freaking 2 decades of their life to do it against all this bullshit that you've seen. And even to today, 20 years later, you're like, oh my gosh, it's like the same thing. So it's hard to keep going, but we built an alternative, something for real people, by real people. We always ask for money because I know we could do a lot more if we had some funds, but we're not going to freaking take the big money or sell our soul. Like we might have a sponsor coming, but it's someone, if we take it and we help each other, it's because we believe in it. It's never like, oh, give me your whatever. I need $1 million or whatever, a quick buck. Sometimes we're like, oh, we should do it, but we don't. We just can't. Like, it's just defeat the point. We've come so far. It's like me taking a record deal, offering all this money, but then I can't. I have to give them my song. It's like, what would be the point of that? We've come this far.
And even the sponsor that we may be bringing on board with us are good people. And again, they offer a service as well to other people. So it's not like, and we're not getting paid for it. It's not one of those types of things. But it's something that you're all really going to enjoy, actually. And you're right. It's a test of will. And I guess,
it is a test of will. Oh, wow, is it? Oh my God. Even today, it's just like I think that was, I'm sorry, go ahead, Dan. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like I got emotional after it, and I was like not embarrassed. I didn't want to ruin my makeup. It cost me a lot of money to get this face put on, but so I was like in the car. You think after I'd be like, but I was like emotional because it was just, most people would give up after all this time, and you look at yourself and you're like a lot older than when you started, and you're just like, I was happy, but it was just like kind of a moment where I was like,
proud of myself. I was just like, I can't believe I didn't give up after all these years, you know? And so it was just, well, I forget what you said, but I was commenting on something you said. This happens sometimes. My mind slips because then I'm like, oh, people are watching. And then I just forget what I'm going to say.
No, that's okay. You know? And, I think it's cool because it is emotional. And, you know, it's funny because what you did and what you overcame is a testament to that. Anybody could do it. Anybody could do it if they're willing to fight and actually commit to it. And I think that's the biggest thing. And people need to commit. They need to commit to commitment. But you know, it's like some people get beaten down over one election cycle. It's like this is a fucking marathon, people.
Yeah.
You know, this is, you know, 20 years later, I'm still pissed about the same things. And well, what have you done? Well, I've actually gone out there and done things. But you see, that's what one person could do. Imagine if there was 100 of us. Imagine if there was 200 of us, 1,000 of us, 1,000,000 of us, 10 million of us.
I think that's where your frustration comes in so much, you know, because a lot of people talk the talk, but not many actually, and a lot of people are just not on. I don't know. They're just not leaders, self-starters, motivated, you know. And obviously, I'm excluding the people in the chat room here because you guys are doing stuff. You know what? You obviously know that we're not talking about you guys, but it's like it's just it all comes back to the passion and like the fire in your soul. It's like, how can you see? Like, you know, how could you see? We said it last week, like when that lady got killed, you know, on the subway. It was so sad, and her mom was there at the State of Union, and that lady got caught on fire in the subway, and people are just standing there, and you're just like what happened to these people? They've been, like you said, lobotomized like zombies. I don't know if it is the vaccine. If they like, you know, remember they said they put something in the vaccine to make people like, oh, like docile and just like sedated. And I'm like, oh, you know, like, where is your soul? And that's, you know, it's like, again, I think it's deliberately done as well. You know, we've always been just had strong, ever since I was born, I was just like, Rrr. I don't even know why I was angry. Like, I was always like, oh, I'm going to go do something. I didn't know what, you know, but I was like, I had it. And that's just like you, I think, you know, and then I think other people probably have it, but you be conditioned. Oh, that's just the way it is. Oh, there's no hope. Oh, just have a drink. Oh, just forget about it. And some people just, I think, have it, the fire a lot burning brighter. So it's harder to extinguish. And I think some people have it. You know that saying, like, gotta light a fire under their ass, you know, but I don't know. Some people I don't think they're too far gone. I don't know. It's sad, but it comes down to soul, I think, and passion and just listening to that inner voice. Like, come on, we got to do something. And that's why you get so pissed off, and I do too, about the Senate race, what happened in Maine. And you're just like, come on, people. Like, you know, we already knew we were up against a battle of the demons with these people, but it was the people themselves that were the biggest disappointment, because you knew it was like the devil. You know you're up against the demons with Susan Collins and politics, but your own people. It was like you're up against the freaking, like you said, the Walking Dead. Like, if there were 20 Dans out there, the voice would be a lot louder.
So true. You know, it's so true, and it's, you know, it's just the easiest example to use because, you know, of who we are. But it's
my thing just went on by itself. It's like a ghost in here.
What went on?
The light. Sometimes it just goes off. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. The biggest thing, like you said, it was, and yes, all right, we'll use me as the example, but when people are calling for it and people are wanting, and then you give the people what they want, and then those same people turn against you.
Yeah. Not only do they not help, but they actually turn against you. And how do you, you know, guys, how do you not say, screw you? You know, like,
Exactly.
how do you feel like that? You know, it's really hard to be the bigger person. Oh, look out for the country. Like, you know, when your own people who you're fighting for, because they won't, instead they wanted you. And then you stand up and they basically turn on you. No one supports you. Why would you fight for those people? Why?
And what's funny, people,
again, you fight for the couple good ones, but unfortunately, it's just not enough. Not enough for people like us who can't even survive. You know, you have to put your mask on yourself, I guess, and get out.
What's funny is, since we told everybody basically, like, you know, I'm done freaking being a puppet for you. And like that video says, I'm running because you didn't. I say the things that you're too afraid to say, and you want it, write it in change. You know what I mean? And it's like, since we've done that, we've actually gotten more positive response than the entire year before.
Yeah.
Which is kind of odd.
Well, God, it's like a relationship. As soon as you don't give a shit and you're like, well, screw you. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, come back. What?
Sick.
It's kind of like I had a song about it many years ago. It's called Too Little Too Late. And that's why I went to the trouble and the time to put that video together. Because I was like, you know what? I worked over a year putting all those videos together. They're all on the website. It's all there. And it's kind of like, I even said to Dan, I said, I know you love Trump. I know you want to help the country. I know if the primaries are lost, it's really, really bad news. I have them write your name in. I mean, it would be like I always say, a snowball's chance in hell you'd actually win because it's so corrupt unless they pass the SAVE Act and who knows. But there'd be a very, very, very small chance you'd win. But at least you know what? You're doing it for your country. You're there. If called, you will serve. You'd be great. There you go, people. It's your freaking turn. Like we're good. We're good. Bye, Maine. Adios. No thanks.
And what's funny is
save yourself.
We passed the SAVE Act, which America needs to get illegals off the ballots and everything else, and it's exactly what America needs. But again, the interesting part of that, the SAVE Act deals with the most prominent thing, which is important, but it doesn't even begin to touch the smurfing and the corruption that the establishment right uses. You see? So, and that's what you're up against. Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a two-headed snake. You cut off one, which is the biggest head, but the other still exists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's what you said, though, what I think is important is it's the call to service, and the inability to sit back and allow yourself to be suppressed, allow yourself not to fulfill your destiny, allow yourself to just be blind and mute and numb down and not help people, not when you're the loudest voice in the room, not being the loudest voice in the room, like that. And I think,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was gonna say, like you said, Maine. I mean, I don't want to just talk about Maine because I hate Maine, to be honest. But sometimes people need a leader, obviously. You know what I mean? And Dan was always a leader. He was the loud voice and people followed him, because maybe they didn't know how to do that, or they didn't have that personality, or they didn't, some people just aren't leaders, and that's okay too, because you do need followers too. Like, some people just don't have it in them, but they believe what you're saying. You represent them, right? That's, I guess, why you vote for certain people or whatever. But again, an example in Maine was like, you could have been a voice for a lot of people and no one stood behind you. No one helped, like nobody. I mean, and the people who did were like closeted, like, oh, we support you. Like maybe, a couple at the restaurant, like maybe 20 people. I mean, so it was just like so how do you fight that fight? You don't want to, and you were just like, I don't even want to fight for these people. You wanted to fight for the country because you knew Maine was an important, obviously, like vote in the Senate and all that stuff. That's what you're fighting, not for people of Maine, like none of them stepped up. But my point is saying, like, sometimes you just need a couple bold people, and then people will follow. They just, well, that's why you're the voice of the people. And it was back in the day, you were the voice for so many people, so many regular people. And that's why you got the huge following you did, because you didn't care, and I think maybe you were thinking or hoping or whatever, the same thing would maybe happen in Maine, where people would be like, okay, we're putting ourselves out. We don't have children. We've done this, we're willing to commit to that. We're willing to put ourselves on the chopping block, not asking for like, thank you or money or this, but then to get hate, it's like, adios, good luck. Enjoy your electric bill. Enjoy your freaking kids getting like missing every other day. Rape. So then, you know what I mean? Like, obviously we got to get over the main thing, but you see it in the news, you see it coming up, and it's just like, well, what do you do? We talked about this last week. It's just like, do you, be the bigger person for the country? Like you said, if you were called to serve, if Donald Trump got wind of it and said, I'll endorse you, Dan, and you won, I think you do it. You know what I mean? You're doing it for him. You're doing it for the country. The people of Maine, It's too bad. Tough shit, I guess, for you.
It's sad. Even when
Too bad.
you stand up and you speak out for the families of a victim who were brave enough to go public and say like they want justice and they want answers, then you bring it up and then they turn on you for bringing it up. When you have a social media following of 30, we have an audience of 191 countries and tens of millions of people every month. It's the most mind-boggling thing, and it's not like it is something that you'll never soon forget.
And then you have the people. Again, I won't say any names or anything, but it's just like then you have the people who are almost competing. Oh no, I'm out there fighting corruption. No, me, I'm finding the missing people. It's like, is this a competition? I like messaged someone who was about all the missing people in Maine and stuff, and I was like, it was like, oh, no one's helping me get on podcasts. And I wrote her and I said, listen, we lived in Maine. We have a Voice of the People radio. You come on, this is important. We live there. We know the corruption.
Rage.
Everything. Sent her a like never responded, commented, says you like other people's comment, didn't answer. I'm like, what like, are you doing this for vanity or do you really care? Like, it's just
it's like anything else.
Maine is just our experience. Again, I'm sure there's some good people we didn't meet, and we did meet maybe like 5 or 10 in total. You know who you are. We love you if you're listening. I'm sorry, but it's
true.
It's just for the rest of them. It's just it's something I've never seen. It was disgusting. It was disgusting, disgusting. And that's why I have no sympathy for them, really. Like I said, outside of the 10 people we know and love, and I feel sorry for them that they have those circumstances because they don't, they don't want the large electric bills. They don't want the corruption. They don't, but they don't know what to do either because they're outnumbered by idiots.
And it's funny, like you said, the competition thing. Well, I've been a voice for, and it's like, okay, great. And I'm a voice that's getting heard by millions and millions of people. You know what that means to me? Yeah. Absolutely nothing. What the fuck have you done with it?
Again,
what have you done?
It got me so mad about this girl because I was just like, I actually care about these people's stories and get it out as far as it can go. Like, it's not a competition. Like, but we're here first. We're exposing corruption. No, we're exposing the missing people. No, we did it first. Oh, come to our channel. It's just like, no, can we help each other? Do you really care about what the issue is, the core, or is this for social media followers and get people paying you or whatever? I'm not saying she was, but it came off
obvious.
That way.
It's another person who, this sounds terrible to say because it sounds so egotistical. So I apologize in advance because I have zero freaking ego. But what it comes down to is nobody was saying this stuff out loud. We did. Then after we do, somebody else says, oh, let's find a way to capitalize off that. Reminds me of the pieces of shit, the Tea Party. I hate the Tea Party. I'll always hate the Tea Party. They're shit to me. I despise them. I loathe them. They're nothing. They're scum. They're corrupt. Yeah, there were some good people in it too. But another one, nobody holding rallies, nobody fighting, nobody doing nothing. So I went and I did it. Not because I wanted to be the superstar, like I even knew this shit was a thing. I'm like, no, this is wrong. We need to step up and do something. And then come to my state, we need help. Come to our town, we need help. So we did, and it's like, then you do it. And then it's like, oh, well, let's find a way to make billions of dollars off of it and tell people we're the solution to their problem. But we secretly don't ever want the problem to go away because then we stop making money. And it's like, it's so disgusting. And I think that's where like, I'm like grizzled veteran now, where it's like, I'm that guy where it's like, all right, I was around before the Tea Party. I was around before all this shit. And it's not because, look at me, I'm so great. It's called, you talk about what have you done, and it's very few and far between.
Very few and far, but I think that's, again, why you generally get frustrated because it is so rare that people are actually doing it. Because it's the right thing to do, not for ulterior motives, not for materialistic rewards, not for recognition, fame, power. It's like, wow, no, you see someone freaking whatever, all those things you exposed and stuff. You did it for the people because you have empathy and you were like, that could have been me or that was me or whatever. Most of these people who are coming in after you and you see them, literally, it's done for the wrong reasons. And it's just,
he got an audience. Imagine if we put money into it, then we could capitalize off of it, Yeah. And it's like, and you have your few exceptions, like people like Josh was saying earlier, he's actually gotten stuff done over the time and he's put work in. Like, again, this is a small list of people. And
Yeah.
that's why we associate with a small list of people, because everybody else we freaking hate, and we see through them and see them for what they are, or we let them reveal themselves. And then, yes, we'll call them all out because we don't give a shit. But it's just like, you know, it was funny because like Josh said earlier, he was working with the Tea Party Patriots, right? And the Tea Party Patriots was another big national group. And the Tea Party Patriots were the better ones, the good version, not to be confused with teaparty.org, Tea Party, 912. Like, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. The Tea Party Network, the Tea Party News Network, the Tea Party Nation, the Tea Party. Like, oh my God. It's like you see something, you hump it to death, you bleed it dry, you milk it for all the money you possibly can, you use the name, you grift off people, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's why, you know, it's like, it's this constant rinse and repeat cycle, and it disgusts me. So like, yeah, Tea Party Patriots that Josh worked with, like they were actually the only ones that showed up, you know, like and did some stuff. And like I had some of them on my show and shit like that, as I was bashing the Tea Party wholeheartedly, much to my own chagrin, you know, and people hating me for it until they realized I was right. But it's like, and it's not about being right. It's not about any of this bullshit. It's about simply calling, like, what we have a target. We have evil in front of us. We need to defeat that evil. But standing in front of us are all these other fucking bigger evils. Actually, all right, no, bigger. Fuck it. They're bigger.
Yeah.
Right? They're in our way, but oh, well, they're good because they have a good name, or they're this or that. They're saying the right things. No, they're blocking you.
They're gatekeepers.
You. Yes, they are the gatekeepers.
They are the gatekeepers. That's why
children killing them.
Yes, that's why we get so mad at the influencers. It's probably you guys, our audience, like, thank you for staying. We talk about these influencers, but they are the problem. They are gatekeeping. Same thing with the Senate. Can you share this tweet? No, I'll block you instead. What? Okay, thank you. Like, you know, all these influencers, not one would share the tweet for the Senate. Not one would do jack diddly shit. None of them. They're gatekeepers, but they're the ones giving you the news. They're the ones taking in all the money. Hi, I'm an influencer. Remember that? You know, it's the same. It's just like they are gatekeepers. They are blocking all the real people from. They make it hard for people like us to survive.
Yep.
I mean, obviously.
So true. You know, so
disgusting.
True. And it gets old after a while. So eventually it's like, you know what? No, there's not going to be any safe haven, no safe harbor. I'm going to gut you. I'm going to eviscerate you. I'm going to call you out because you need to be called out. Not because I like drama. I don't give a shit about any of these people. Well, this one's against Candace Owens is a dumb fucking bitch. And she's a sick in the head paid shill.
I was going to ask you about that. I don't want to interrupt, but like, did you guys talk about that? The thing of the Bride of Charlie or whatever?
No, because I wouldn't even, you know what? Like I said, I made fun of her last week. Candace Owens is, like I said, the only reason why people liked her is because she's black, she talks smart, she called herself conservative, and people thought she was hot. I didn't think she was hot. I didn't think she was that smart. I saw her as a fake fucking bitch from the very beginning, and she proved me right. You know, and it's not because I'm sitting here defending Erica Kirk wholeheartedly or everything else either. It's like, no, like you're going to the lowest form of grift, and you're being paid handsomely to do it. And it's just you're sick in the head, but people fall for it. And then you have this one's fighting. I support Candace Owens. You know who I'm talking about? That raging idiot who used to try to be a part of us. You know, over there putting out messages. Everybody's attacking Candace Owens because she's telling the truth. Like, oh my God, the both sides combined, you are some of the dumbest asses in the world. Meanwhile, everything else is going on, but you're sitting there fighting each other. So there has to be people like us that, you know, have been around for a while that can simply say, hey, fuck you to all sides. You know, like you're all liars, you're all scum, you're all using people. You're more pissed that she's taking some of your influence audience or your audience of people you could rob from. So you're mad at her and she's doing the same game. It's disgusting. The whole thing is a soap opera and it sickens me. I hate these people more than you could possibly ever know.
Yeah. I would say on that note, if you have one of these people in your life, probably most of you don't, but check out the New World Order for beginners. It's on our website there. You could download the PDF. It's $1.99. And you could send it to someone who really needs it. And if they really need it, I'll send you a free copy. Just email me.
There you go. And you should read it.
It's so good. I mean,
should
we
read
we
this.
read it the other day because I wanted to make sure all the pages were, because I wanted to put it on our buy me a coffee thing. I think I'll make it like if you become a member, you get it for free. So if you know, I'll send it to you, Joe, if you want it. You already know everything, but if you want to send it to someone, but
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, no, that's great because I think it's really good, and I can't wait to do a part 2. Because the thing is, Dan, and I know everybody in your audience is very smart and they're already awakened and all that. But like I said,
No.
not all the
No.
Are they
No,
anything?
they are literally hang on, keep
Yeah,
hold
go
your
ahead.
thought, Hollis. So everybody would talk about MK Ultra back in the day. Now nobody talks about it anymore because MK Ultra is everywhere, right? So it's nothing more than a psyop, a psychological operation. These are just a different facet, a different manifestation of this. So paid influencers or influencers who are also they're always paid. All right. They're literally there to sow seeds of division, to pull people away, to influence the other side. What they say they represent the exact opposite, no matter how hard they sell it and how hard they pontificate on behalf of it. So they're literally deceiving people, knowing so they're worth less than nothing. They're lower than dog shit. They're the mold underneath the dog shit. So they are jokes, they are frauds, they are con men, con women, they're thieves, they're criminals, they're scum. They're literally like undercover. Think of your most evil thing, you know, I don't want to say the Nazi word, but like think of Nazis like portraying themselves as Jews and like, you know, killing families. That's what these people are. They're undercover operatives that are put there knowingly or unknowingly. Most know, no matter what they say. When they do their mea culpas, that's a paid act too. It's all art. It's all theater. And
They took the money. Was Tim, our friend of the network, Timothy, says, "Where do I sign up to sell my soul? What's the price tag?" And like I don't know, at least 99% of people we met have a price tag, you know.
And believe me, you name
the other way is not easy. So
name the influencer, we've most likely seen them, met them, interacted with them, and literally, do you hear us talking good about A, B, C, D? No. Because when you see them when the cameras are off, when they're away from the people, you see them for what they are. And they are some of the dumbest people or shrewdest people and look down on everybody and talk crap about people behind their back. It's disgusting. You know? Amen. Totally agree.
Oh, but I was going to say before that about the New World Order for Dummies book. Not for dummies, right? For beginners or whatever. But because I think the thing is, too, like I said, it's old for you, Dan, because you've been doing it for so many years. But even when you kind of were teaching me a lot about this stuff, I knew a lot. Not a lot, but I knew stuff. I was awakened, I would say. But Dan taught me a lot. But even the PSYOP thing, I think, you know, as much as you tend to take it for granted because it's so old for you, I think people really, hopefully they're waking up a little bit, but they don't really know even who to trust. Maybe they really did think, you know, whoever was good. I mean, hopefully the Epstein files is coming out and people are seeing like who's in them and all that. But I think the PSYOP thing is out of hand. It's like you really don't know who. I mean, I think you do know who is, but you know, I think that was to me it was confusing. I was like, what do you mean a PSYOP? And everything is just a psychological game. You don't know who to trust, who to believe. Like, do we really want to think every single person with money is bad? But that's what it seems like, right? It just seems like if you're not taking the money, you're probably telling the truth. No one, because the truth doesn't make money.
Yes.
Real truth
does not. It does not pay. You know, but it pays in a different way because, you know, again, your integrity is in check, your heart's in check, you know the reasoning for what you're doing, and you don't have to question yourself or your motives or your morals, or you're not in jeopardy. You know what I mean? So it's a different thing. Yeah. And it's not because I'm sitting here crying, we don't have money, we don't have this. Again, we want your help, but we don't care anymore about that because we showed through perseverance that we're going to keep going. Again, I had the idea of this network in 2006, people. Who was putting out, was Netflix even a thing in 2006 or was it still by mail? I don't even remember. I mean, literally the DVD club. Like, I don't even think these things existed, but I thought about it then, not because I'm such a forward thinker, but because I saw that we needed a way to bypass the system. So use the system against them. And I said that in 2006. It took 20 years and it took Hollis the last 2+ years of her life dedicated to bring it to fruition. 20 years later, because when you do it the hard way, then everybody else comes along and they've done this and that, they bastardized it, but we could still be something different when it's done for the right reasons.
And I think that's the thing too, Dan. It's like we always said it too. It's just like, unfortunately right now you're unemployed, you lost your job and all that because of blah blah blah. But we're willing to work other jobs to keep going. Remember, you were on someone's show and they were like, well, how long would you do this before you stop if you don't make money? And you're like, well, I'll never stop, because like we said, the truth doesn't make money, sadly. Now, again, we ask for help and stuff like that because it costs a lot to run. And if we could actually make money, we could do more. But at the same time, we'll work other jobs to fund it. And because we've always put our own money into it because it's more of a necessary, and it's part of, people spend their money on vacations and this and that. And we'd like to have a vacation too, but we'll buy the freaking platform again for a year before we go spend that on a trip to freaking Bermuda or something. But like, it'd be great to go there, but you know what I mean? It's just like, it's just, and all these other influencers, they make a living from it. So that's how, like, they wouldn't do it if they didn't get paid. That's the difference. We do it, even though we don't get paid. It'd be nice to make some damn money, but they won't do it if they don't get paid. And that's exactly why I will not pay anyone ever to come on our network. You come on, you contribute, and eventually if we make money, we'll all make money. We'll help each other. But I'm never going to pay someone to be on it. Like, you should have a duty. If you have something you're talking about, a cause, and you want to help get it out, we built it. Come, join, we help each other. I would never pay someone to be on it. And then at the end of the day, we end up making money, we share it. I always said there's not going to be someone who's a millionaire on our network and someone who is not making $1. Like, it's not how it is. And I would love to see that model work. As of right now, we got a couple people maybe on the horizon, like, who are signing, but not a lot of money's coming in. But still, I'm not going to pay someone to freaking tell the truth. If you tell the truth and people catch on, the money will come eventually. But no, we're not going to be a Rumble. What if we don't have that money? But if we did, it's unfair. That's how it gets out of hand, and that's why the influencers have to do what they're told, or they lose their money or their big sponsor. You don't need, now if we just made, it's like kind of like music, it's just like, hey, if I made some money from music, it'd be amazing at this point, but you don't just do it for that. So if you can't make a living, like, that's music, right? How many musicians are like, well, I have my day job too. Hey, it is what it is, I guess. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, we're never going to pay someone to fucking come on and tell the truth. It'd be great that if eventually it could catch on and, we get subscribers and they pay $5, like the people's method. We're not trying to rob anyone, but like, pay the real people who deserve it, not millions, but a living. And that's the problem. And it's always been the same with music. Top millionaires, most people can't make $1 and they're still good, but they're like freaking having to do other jobs, blah, blah, blah. It's the same BS. And it's really, again, only up to the people to spread the word and say, instead of throwing your money at Alex Jones or freaking Steve Bannon or Candace Owens, who already have all millions and probably a lot of your money already, throw $10 to us, throw $20 to whatever. And everyone does that, it starts something new. But it's just going to take time because,
Exactly. And this isn't the voice of desperation. It's the voice of persistence, no matter what, perseverance,
exactly,
no matter what, and that's what it comes down to. Thank you. We love you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, you always, it is true. It's like materials, it doesn't buy you happiness. You can't take it with you. Like we said, we're saying that last week. I know this is like a common theme. We're always on it, but we have to touch on it. Or would it be us?
It cash rules everything around me. Is that some crap song? I think it is, right? Was that P. Diddy? I think KY or Baby Oil owns everything around it. Whatever. Anyway, but like, it's the genesis of all because it's the root. And I'm a capitalist. So again, I don't see money as a bad thing, but it goes back to the common denominator of what fuels these people. And it's like they're so, like, that's why like last week was big with the Steve Bannon thing. Like, it pisses me off so much because how could you be so absolutely just, it's not you're hoping it goes away. you know, all these people are talking about it, and you're purposely not addressing something because you just feel like your people are so dumb they're going to blindly follow you anyway. And that is the principle, and it's all about money and control and power and influence. And that
An illusion, I get, like
Yeah.
illusion. Did he ever? I don't follow that closely, but did he ever comment anything yet? Still nothing.
No.
And
No.
then he was at the State of the I guess of what America's or Voice. What is it called?
Real America's Voice.
Real America's Voice. That was when we watched the State of the Union address. He was narrating, and I was like, and he's still on there, and he's still doing it. You like, but again, that's the problem. Like, nobody faces like repercussions from it, or maybe the justice is coming. I don't know.
That's what it really comes down to, is they expect you to be dumb enough to still blindly, be obedient to and follow. And that's the core of this. So it's not just us, it's not just us bitching for the sake of bitching. It's us bitching because it's wrong. It's another victimization. And we're not victims here. We're victors, right? But at the same time, I don't like seeing people be so easily manipulated by the worst of the worst. So it comes down to these people utilizing what they have, money and control. And they use it to buy more control and make more money at the expense of the people. And it's wrong to deceptively deceive people, to be so deceptive, to lead people astray, knowing that you're doing it, knowing what you're doing. That's politics for you. You know what? Then you're a piece of shit. You should be called a piece of shit. And I want these people to lose everything because they deserve it, because there should be karmic justice. God will sort it out, inevitably, yes. But at the same time, again, warrior spirit. You have to call it out, not because we want that audience, not because of anything like that. That's not where this comes from. It comes from bad people that are portraying themselves as good people, doing really bad things to good people. And you know what? It's wrong. It's wrong. And nobody else they won't want to toe the line or skim that, we don't want to say too much because we don't care. We don't have to worry about sponsors. We don't have to worry about any of this other bullshit. We're beholden to ourselves, the truth, and all of you. And I think that's the biggest thing. So somebody has to say it, and we'll be the ones to say it because it's necessary, because these are bad, bad people standing in your way and standing in the way of progress in this country, purposely destroying people.
And it goes back to then the biggest problem is, I do think that's the influencers who are worse and who are at fault. But then you're like, well, the people who are blindly following is also the problem too, because sometimes I say it's not their fault, or it is their fault. But I was going to say that's the fault when people don't free think enough, or don't think about wait a minute, this is fishy, this is weird. What people aren't thinking enough, so they're just again. Oh, I'm told to like this. And it's just like with advertising. Every ad is for whoever. Alex Jones, the vitamins. It's like it's like music. Same thing. They will play a song till death. And you're like, I never liked that artist. But I read a book about it. It was just they will plant these hooks and these things in your mind, over and over and over and over again until you're humming the song. And you never even you didn't like it or whatever. Same thing with these people. It's just because that's all they know how to do it. They have the money, the advertising, the subliminal messaging. It's all about control, mind control.
They are the psyop. They are your enemy. The left is your enemy. Yeah, the left is insane. We know what they are. It goes without saying. But your real enemy lies right in front of you. The ones waving the American flag, saying MAGA, MAGA, MAGA all day, or whatever the hell it may be. A majority of those people up top, they are your enemy.
Yeah, look at the comments there. I can't pin them.
Can you mention we have 3 primaries? Arkansas. Wait, is that Arkansas? Right? I think so. God, I hope I'm not that dumb. North Carolina and Texas. Democrat voters are motivated and ahead in Texas, and we need everybody to go vote. We don't need a low voter turnout. Yep, I've seen that. Maybe if you guys are interested next week, we can make the first hour kind of the round table. Maybe take some calls and have you guys call in and talk about it if you're interested. We could potentially do something like that because we need to start highlighting these things as well.
Yeah, because it's coming fast. It's gonna fly.
And the Democrats are. It's not so much them motivated. It's them using their corrupt system that they created, that they've been able to continue to roll out with the help of the establishment and the RINOs and everybody else. So they're just using at record pace what they have before somebody might pull it away from them. And it's sick. It's sick. Because who's the most divided fucking group in the world? Not the true ones, but who's the most divided group in the world? I was a Trump voter, but now he's betrayed us. It's our side. Our side. And some influencers, well, it's okay to have spirited debate on our side. That's what MAGA is all about. When they say that, they're lying to you because they want you to. They're planning to seize a division with a soft touch. They want you to feel like that's okay because you're spending more time fighting each other, resolving nothing, versus focusing on Democrats are stealing this, they're gerrymandering here, they do all these different things you're not paying attention to because. Well, I'm more America first and you're America first. No, I am. I was with Trump since 2020. Well, I was with Trump since 2015. Oh, yeah? Well, I was with him since 2020. I was with him. It's like, oh, my God. It's like this sickening clusterfuck. And we have to get beyond it. Leave that to the people like me to go after them. Well, I have a show. We do a show long enough where we could go after them for an hour, have guests for an hour. We could have Josh come on for an hour, Hollis come on for 2 hours, and still go all night and talk about everything else. We have the ability and the freedom to do that. So let people like me eviscerate them. Stop fighting with each other and start realizing the enemy in the room. And they're your enemy. And the other side that wants to power is the big enemy as well. Because you know what they want to do to America, but they're doing it with the people on the right helping them. That's the most important point to drive home. It's not a dick measuring contest of who's more this than that. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. You're showing your naivety and your stupidity when you do this. You sit there and you bow down to these people as if their words. When I put on Alex Jones, and I've always liked Alex Jones to a degree, but again, now it's back on hating on Donald Trump. I'm not hating. I'm pushing him because I love him. Great. So you're parroting the same talking points that the left does, that the media does, but you're doing it for the good reasons, right? Just like General Flynn. Fuck it. I love Donald Trump, but he should be doing this, and him not doing this is going to cause this, and him not. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, you're not there because you're not the fucking president. You're not in the cabinet because he didn't want you. How about that fucking bum? Fuck you. I'm you know what? I've been waiting to say that for a long time because you see, Dilly's it's counter messaging. Yes, Trump says something, and the people that really love him and support him, they have to come out and say the opposite, but they're only doing it because they're supporting the president. Don't you know? But then there's my General Flynn's son who calls Trump a fucking idiot every day. Well, I guess he's doing it because he loves him too, right? And who's connected to that network? It's connected to the Bannon network. And connected to this one. All these heroes are going to save America. But I'm sorry, what are you doing right now? You're online and on each other's circle jerk fucking podcast. Alex Jones has Bannon on. Bannon has Jones on. This one has this one. This one. It's the same fucking grouping of idiots all talking to each other, saying the same fucking bullshit. Nothing fucking changes. That's our point. Nothing changes. That's because you don't change. You say the same stupid shit every fucking day, every fucking week, and nothing changes because nobody cares about you. You're irrelevant, and you're sycophant fucking fucktard pedophile protectors, the real pedophile protectors like Posobiec and all of you, Raheem Kasim, and fucking, you know what? Maybe fucking Flynn. All of you fucking protecting the real fucking pedos out there. Fuck you. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. You sicken me. You are so obvious. It is so glaringly obvious to anybody with half a brain. We have to sit here. Well, maybe he's one of the good ones. Well, maybe he's. Fuck you. Well, he served his country. So did I. Fuck you. So did millions of other people. Fuck you. The best of us that served our country are dead in the ground, okay? That's a thing. But the rest that served, that doesn't give you a pass. Gives you a pass for what?
Well, I went after, I was willing to testify only because I was coerced, but then I did it. Shut the fuck up. Well, Ivan Raikkonen, he's going to save the world. That little bald-headed fucking garden gnome looking piece of fucking shit going around. He's fucking up Flynn's ass all 24/7 too. I know the real story, and I'm America first. Shut the fuck up, you little do-nothing fucking midget. Oh, I was special forces. What do you fucking do? Jerk off privately. Nobody fucking cares about you.
Holy moly, Dan.
That feels good.
Well, you went 2 hours without too many curses, and that just made up for about it.
Because I'm so sick of it. All these same fucking idiots, all they do is interview each other all the time. Oh, but Alex Jones is a whistleblower from the FBI. Oh, he tells the real truth. And 99% of what he says doesn't happen. And 1% happens. See, we told you, we have the inside source. Just like fucking what's-her-face, Liz Crokinall with Alex Jones. Alex Jones has been anti-Q forever. Then he had his own Arab guy who was allegedly in the military, who he was the real Q. And then he hated Q and made fun of everybody from the Q world. And then he has Liz Crokinall, and she's saying how, you attacked you. No, I was actually a supporter, and I knew when it got taken over, but I'm back on board now. It's like, my God.
Yeah,
I wonder, do these people that are so engrossed in this bullshit every single day, they just so blindly follow your fucking...
Maybe they started to believe their own hype, and they just believe... Well, they live obviously in a bubble. That's the saddest thing too. Remember, most of these people that we're talking about, the Alex Joneses, the Flynns, and everything, they're completely removed from the normal, ordinary human. You know what I mean? They're not wondering how they're going to pay their electric bill or their tax.
Every day, they're going to shut us down. They're going to take us down. They're going to shut us down. They're going to take us down. Give us money. They're going to shut us down. Take us down. Give us money. Give us money. Give me 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 money. I need more money. I need more money because I know the truth. I know the truth. Oh, I know the truth. I know the truth. Shut the fuck up. You know nothing. And I like Alex Jones still. He's probably the only one out of the rest of them I actually do like. I think he's a conflicted fucking psyop. It's like, fuck, man. You gotta sit, people just, they don't want to go up against the Flynn network, or they don't want to go against this network, or they don't want to go against this network of people. We don't want to go this network of people. And then there's people like me, people like us, where we don't give a shit who you're connected to because you mean nothing to us in the real world. And again, if you were so powerful and so almighty, and you're the real change that the world has been waiting for, then why aren't you sitting by the side of the president right now? That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. So shout out to the Dilly Meme team. Shout out to the Roger Stones of the world. Shout out to the fucking real ones, and for the record, I like Dan Bongino a lot more now than I did before. Shout out to the people who actually call this shit out or been consistent with calling it out. I don't blind follow anybody, but it's like, my God, you see these people, it's disgusting. It's disgusting how they toe this line, and you see these jerk-offs all defending each other, but, protecting this one while going after this one. I liked you yesterday, but now I hate you today because you said something nasty about my overlord, so therefore I have to hate you, but I'm not going to say why I hate you. I'm not going to bring up what you said because that would be me addressing it, so I can't do that, but I'm going to hate you for other reasons and get my brain-dead fucking minions to go and attack you online, and then this group's going to respond.
Dan, I don't remember seeing him at the State of Union. I don't know why I just thought about it. Was Kash Patel there? I don't remember seeing him on TV.
I didn't see him there, no.
Is that weird that he wasn't there?
He might have been. Maybe we missed him.
Maybe he just wasn't.
The head of the CIA was there. Radcliffe was there.
And was Dan Bongino wasn't there because he's not in it anymore?
No, he's back to doing his show. Thank you. Thank you, Joe.
And what is
Thank you.
Damn good rant. You gotta get the beep counter. How many F-bombs you dropped. There you go.
I didn't mean to,
$1 every time.
I feel like I've been waiting to say this for so long, It's like that little fucking douche fairy fucking fraud psyop Scott Presser that everybody bows down to. These are people that I've interviewed before. They didn't impress me then, and you know what? They've been proven to be what they are. And it's always, well, I did this. 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 You did jack shit. You did nothing. You're just the figurehead. Oh,
love me or I'll block you. Oh, I'll have my warriors go after you.
Wait, hold on. Dan.
Oh, yeah. We have to love you, though. If we don't, it's gay bashing. If we don't love you, it's shut the fuck up.
So what is I haven't watched any of it, but what is Dan Bongino saying? Is he like, who is he calling out?
All the fucking people.
Like who?
He's calling out the Candace Owens. He's calling out the Alex Jones. He's calling them all out.
What is he saying about Candace Owens?
Well, he didn't say her name the other day. He called her a fucking demon, a disgusting blood-sucking demon, which I loved. So I don't watch his show either. I just watch more clips of his. I don't watch anybody's show. You know, it's just not me. I'm so like, I watch our shit, Josh's shit. That's it. You know, that's it.
Yes, I remember.
I didn't mean that. Sorry, Dad. I didn't mean that. But it's like, you have no idea. Like, I sit here and it's like we talk about. You think this one is? You think this one isn't? We both know what it is, but it's like, well, let's wait and see. No. When you see the pattern, it's like, God, man. All you do is interview each other. All you do is buff each other's you buff each other's pickles. That's it. You're a fluffer for the other, who's a fluffer for the other, who's a fluffer for the other, and you're all taking it in the ass. Oh, yay. Well, whoop-de-doo. You know, I'm jerking off in socks more than you. Like, it's
I really don't. Yeah, I know. I really don't know. And all I remember with the General Flynn thing, again, like we said, you had General Flynn on the show. He was nice to you. You liked him. You were excited at the time. All that. You know, I just remember that one girl, Sabrina, her last name is Wallace, and she was, if you look her up, and she's like, was doing all, I mean, her work was like, whoa, like she was talking all about the body, biohacking and body and and how they're doing this stuff to our body from whatever. And I just remember her being like, General Flynn, and like talking about that. And that was like, I don't know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I was finding her. And she was, but again, you probably never heard of her. She does a lot of like, I think she was a former, I don't think she was in the military, but she was like something high up in the government, or she was experimented on as, I don't even know what I'm saying, but watch her. If you look her up, her name is Sabrina Wallace, and she was like, goes deep into what they're doing. Like, what was she, Dan? Well, was she like experimented on, or do you remember?
She was a test subject. She was like actually part of the intelligence community and subjected to certain things. She's legit. Kind of like that. What's her face? Oh, Millie Weaver. I actually like. She's one of the real ones. What's the other one? Tori says. Yeah.
But they were doing all this. They were doing all this stuff about, because I remember like listening to it, I don't know, last year in Maine and a bunch of times, but a lot about the vaccine and the kill boxes and how they were putting these things in our body where they can control making you sick. And it was very eye-opening and very like, oh my God. But she has like the receipts and all this to back. It's crazy. It's crazy. Again, sound so dumb because I'm not explaining it right, but I'll try to find her next week. She seems, and again, she's one of those who I never asked for $1 or anything like that. She even says, I don't want any money. She's like, I'm not doing this for that. Like, you know, but she wouldn't come on a show or anything. She's not even trying to do interviews or giving, but her work is out there. But I was blown away by what she said. I was freaked out. I was like, oh my God. And she knows, obviously she's been involved with a lot of it, you know?
Yeah. You know, like literally there just comes a point in time where you have to call out the obvious. That's what it comes down to. You have to call out the obvious. Because it's so sickening, and it's an insult to your intelligence and our intelligence. You know what I mean? It truly, truly is. It's disgusting, and we got to sit here and fucking like just accept this shit and take this shit and turn a blind eye and pretend like, well, maybe they're one of the good ones. No, they're a fucking idiot. You know, Rudy Giuliani is a good one. All right, he's one of the good ones. He's legit. Thank God. And all my heroes are dead. You know, like it's just it's so much. It's so much. It's so nonstop over your head, and it's just like, God, it's beating you and beating you and beating you. Just have to say fucking no more. Huh.
Well, on to another subject.
My dad would like that.
I think your dad's gonna be like, "Oh,
This is usually the part of the show where I don't rant.
Well, you were holding on to it.
I didn't mean to, but it's like, God, you know, it makes you mad. Because again, these people they enrich themselves off of bullshitting people. None of what they say happens. 99.999% of the time, nothing happens, but they act like, oh, it's coming. It's coming. You like,
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm hungry. I've been eating vegetables all week to get ready for my photo shoot. I didn't want to have the water wait. So
And I've had no.
we treated ourselves. Well, no, poor Dan has been fasting for 7 days, so he's not eating anything. But I have a salad.
11.
I have a salad waiting for me.
11 days.
Wow. But tomorrow we're having a no carb feast.
Yes, we eat again.
It's hard because when you do photo shoots and you're on camera and stuff, I really do feel like it adds like 10 pounds or something. I think that's true.
I'm not fat. I'm actually anorexic. It's just the camera that makes me look this way. It makes me
Or
look
maybe
short.
it's not true, but but when you're in front of a camera, you're just like, oh, and then you watch the video back and you're like, oh, it shows everything. It shows every last chicken wing you ate.
Remember that, people. And Dan's not really fat. He's just on camera. So that's it. You see me in the 3D world. No, I'm not fat. There's a camera somewhere. You know, just saying. It's a camera. So, all right, real quick. So, MAGA Lions crew, if you're down, Joe said he's down. Charlene said she's down. And Jason, that invites to you as well. We'll kick off POLITI-SHOCK, you guys, next week. So, you got the Zoom. We can make it happen. We'll call it like a preview of the show that you guys are going to do. How about that? So,
can you do the Zoom links where they pop in? Like if they could join the show?
I could actually just send them a link from here. I could.
Oh, cool. Because if you want to be on camera, it would be great to see you guys, but you don't have to. Some people don't want to be on camera, but because the call-in line, it'd probably be easier to do it like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. You know? So.
Thank you. See, Joe likes the cursing.
Thank you. I love you, Joe. I didn't plan. I was good tonight. A little bit in the beginning, but I was good. And then it's just like, God, that's what I mean. It builds up, and it's like I've been waiting to say that for so long. It's like, God, you jerk offs. Like I just gotta call you out. Anyway, so good. Yeah. So whatever we'll discuss off air what you guys want to do. We could do Zoom, or I could just send you a link right from here that we could just pop right onto the screen. That'd be even easier. Or if you want to call, whatever it is. So we can make that happen. So I'm down for that. I think that'd be cool. And it's funny because I keep thinking of the VOP Roundtable, the show I used to do years ago, where we had like, we literally had like 9, 10, 15, 20 people on. And I played moderator. And it was so cool until everybody kind of bailed on me. And it's like, Dan, run the show. I'm like, it's my damn network. Why the hell am I running something that like, anyway. All right. Charlene said she's in.
Oh, awesome. Good.
Like, beautiful. All right.
It is amazing how fast the time goes. Like it'll be Thursday, like feels like tomorrow again. It just goes so fast.
It's 1:02 already. So yeah, I know, right?
It just goes so fast.
Yeah.
So fast.
So we'll plan on that. But like the VOP Roundtable thing was a good idea. I did it years ago and it was actually fun. And I want to start doing stuff like that again too. And take the call-ins and everything else.
Yeah.
And,
we have some new shows coming and stuff. We know we've been saying it, but it really is. It's in the works and it's very close.
Dad, I want my cigars, so don't worry. It's going to happen. I haven't smoked a cigar in a very long time. So tomorrow we have a hefty amount of meat and maybe a couple vegetables for me. Hollis will probably take a break and just have like 30 vegetables tomorrow instead of her usual 900. So, you know, and actually eat healthy, no carbs. Well, healthy-ish. No carbs, you know, no bread, no that shit, whatever. And then, you know, Monday, it's a routine. It's a routine, people. It's routine. But I want a cigar. Damn it. I want a cigar. My dad asked me about that. I want a cigar. I'm just saying. I don't know why I brought that up. But anyway, so you have a lot of people that just decided to jump into the show now, you know, and watching later on because we've already been on for over 4 hours. So,
Whoa.
It's not that exciting.
Whoa.
You're late. But but whatever. See, somebody told me once, somebody from the TV, I think it was from Fox News. I forgot who the hell it was. He told me years ago. And the dude from Sirius. It's like, you don't understand. When you rant, people see that and they come in. You should rant all the time. I'm like, you're an idiot. I should rant all the time. I'll do a whole 4, 5, 6 hours and me yelling and cursing at people nonstop. You know, it's like, God, you dumbass. But that wasn't nice. But yes, we're gonna have a good meal. We're gonna do something. I don't know what the hell we're gonna do, but we're gonna do a lot of it. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So hungry.
It's so good. It's
That's
kind
what
of
I eat
amazing.
right now, but I can't eat right now because I don't have anything. But I don't even have chicken if I want it.
Yeah.
I go out tomorrow and go shopping, but that's okay. And get a haircut because I need a haircut. Damn it. I need a haircut bad.
Yeah.
It's wild underneath this hat, right? You think I'm hiding and bald? No. There's thinning. I'm not bald yet. My hair grows like wildfire. It's crazy. Wildfire. Anyway, Hollis, is there anything else? I love you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. I love you too. And no, I think I'm good. I think I have to go because I'm really hungry.
I hope to see you next week, Hollis. I'm
hungry and I have a salad from Chick-fil-A in the refrigerator. It's calling my name, guys. I'm sorry.
Chicken. I've had a pea since like 9.
With low-fat honey mustard dressing.
That sounds fantastic. That sounds fantastic. Well, Hollis,
we have a date with Jack Bauer.
Yes, the 24 marathon will continue. It will commence.
Yes.
So, Jason,
yes,
you gotta let the team know if you're in for next week too. I want you on there too if you're willing. So get Joe, get Travis and Charlene, or one or the other, and Jason. Just saying. So you let us know. We'll talk. So there you go. Hollis, remind me, and she will. So Joe, we got to talk this weekend. I've been meaning to call you anyway. It's my fault. I suck. I'm terrible. You hear Josh say it all the time. I'm bad at getting back to people sometimes. I am.
Yeah.
I am. My phone gets so much spam and crap text messages, so I missed the good ones, or I see them like 5 days later. It's like, I suck. There's no way to look good in that situation. But hey, It is what it is. So anyway, so all you people decided to tune in late. And Jason's in. Yes, it's free. That'll be $39 to come on for 1 minute. $55 each additional minute. No, you're all free here. You're all welcome to come on, and it'll be fun. It'll be something different, and you can spare it. And then maybe Charlene. Okay, no Charlene or just Charlene. I think it's just Charlene. All right, it's just Charlene. Okay. Oh wait, no Charlene, just me. Oh, now I'm confused. Is it Travis? Or is it Charlene? See? These damn technology in these chat rooms, it gets confusing. So, to whom am I speaking?
Who is just me? Identify yourself.
We love you anyway. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. It's probably just me that's reading it wrong. So, just me, Charlene.
Okay, got it.
I was right the first time. Okay. All right. I love you. Cool. That'll be fun. So, what the hell was I saying? But I don't know. I'm proud of you. And you did so good today. And you're all going to love what she has coming. So next Thursday, I'll be home before your show starts. Beautiful. So I'm going to jump on the full throttle next week with Josh. I'm going to keep my word and do it. I meant to today. It's just literally, it's like, it sounds like an excuse, but it's like, damn, it's hard for me to jump on shows before I do this show. Because when you do everything yourself, it's like nothing ever goes right.
Yeah.
It's weird. We could host other people's shows, no problem. My own show, though. Hollis too. She runs into it, but she's getting good. She's gonna be better than me soon. Anyway, so yes, that's what happens when you produce your own show.
Do everything yourself. It just
yes.
It sounds snobby. It's we're just so busy. Like some people are jerks and they're really just but they think they're busy and they don't make it a priority. Like literally, like I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe it's Thursday already. Oh, like I have to do. You're just doing all the things that you don't even It's crazy. That's why eventually one day we'll have some people help us. We'll have a team to help with some of this stuff, and then we'll be more available for
Yes.
not just the daily task and hustle and bustle.
The hustle
Of
and bustle.
surviving.
Yes. Oh, there you go,
Yes.
Joe. You know you're ready to go. Then that's beautiful. And you actually won't even need Zoom. I'll be sending you guys a link. You hit the link, you pop right on. You won't even worry about any signals or any of that crap. So I'll make it easy for you. So please believe we're pros at this. Damn it, we know what we're doing. But again, Hollis, I'm proud of you. It was an awesome day. Thank you for coming on. Obviously.
Thank you, honey. Thank you for having me. I guess what I could say goodbye, and then you could say goodbye to everyone. I think I'll sign off. I have to change.
She really wants that salad. Damn.
I know. I was trying. I wanted to eat it before I went on, but I was like, no, I gotta wait.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I love you, and Hollis, I'll see you next minute.
Okay, that was good. I'll see you in the next room.
Yes. Well, say goodbye to everybody, though, Hollis.
Bye, everyone. I love you. Thank you for your support always, and take care of yourself. Be safe.
There you go.
Keep fighting the good fight.
Yes.
And I'll see you next week.
Goodbye, Hollis.
Bye, Dan. Will you knock me out of here?
I'll knock you out of there. There she goes. She's gone. And just like that, it's back to just me. And I'm here to announce I'm